Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
Ka-choo.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside this gentle world. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. Days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
The Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast is recorded in front of a live virtual audience and is funded in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're officially back at no, you
Got it. Boog Nice coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast episode. I truly have no idea what episode we're on right now. 190.
No.
190.
No.
No.
186.
Oh,
Yeah, 186. I'm here. I was the host for a little while. Back now. I'm echoing like a motherfucker too. Got my boys with me. Pancheesy's in the house. Rick Dom and Famster 360. We are the Ninja Turtles, apparently.
That's us.
All right.
yeah, I think that's a good way to
man.
describe our different
you guys doing?
personalities.
Huh?
I mean, I know Poncho is a classic rude dude who likes to party.
Wow.
True.
Yeah, that could be me, yes.
I don't know. He seems more like a person that does machines.
I've
Poncho does do machines. You're right about that.
That is true. That is very true.
done them all.
Retro, modern, all of them.
That's true.
All right. So we're back here, full effect. It's been a tumultuous couple of weeks, but again, we back here, all four members once again. I'm so happy to hear and see you guys right now.
Hell
Welcome
yeah.
back. How was your birthday weekend?
My birthday weekend was really good, man. I put up a little vlog, so go and check that out. I won't bore everybody with the details if you've already seen it, but I had a very good birthday weekend, and I actually saw David Walton for his birthday because he was here in the city. Yeah, that was really cool. We hung out with his wife and his son and his daughter, and yeah, man, it was just a really good, chill, nice, excellent vibes throughout the whole entire weekend. It was great. My girl ran a half marathon, so congratulations to her on
Congrats
Sunday.
to Ashley.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts, and just under 2 hours. And yeah, man, it was really good, man. It's been a good few weeks, just real calm, relaxing, good vibes. So that means that we're about to die any moment now. So yeah, that was that. How about you guys? What was the last 2 weeks like for you?
Honestly, pretty uneventful for me because I had to get other than like getting my booster and stuff, that literally cost me like 2 weeks of work because they won't let me they like have weird rules about it. They're lifting all the mandates and stuff in LA, but studios are still like super strict about that stuff. So I wasn't able to get work for like a week because I had to wait to get my booster. And then once I got the booster, they have to like wait a certain amount of time before they can book me to like, I don't know, let the booster kick in or something. I don't know. It's so weird. So it's been quiet here. Just been working on stuff behind the scenes and, that kind of thing, working on the channel.
It's funny you mentioned those weird mandates. We just did an event this week here in Charleston. It was this big public event, and like we had to bye Boog.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned Charleston, he was out of here. The grudge I have against Charleston, I'm out.
We had to, while setting up, like all the vendors and just everybody working the event like had to provide like all their booster cards, right? So that was like a big thing. Like we knew that for a couple of weeks. And there was like a couple of guys at work like just haven't gotten anything yet. And like they're kind of like oh yeah, like we don't have to do this. Like it's like a get out of jail free card. It's a lot of work. So they're like super happy, and it's basically just like a couple of us that are like that have all of our shit and can do this. But like it was a 3-day setup, and literally by the second day they were like, all right, fuck that. Just anybody can come in and do this. And it was supposed to be the same thing for the event itself. And then I guess when they realized how many people just didn't read that or realize that, and they were leaving, and how many ticket sales that they were just like basically turning away by not even the end of the first day, they were like, all right, okay, never mind, everybody can just come in, whatever. It's so weird the way these like large companies will just like flip-flop on that immediately. It's crazy. At least here in Charleston, because of course it doesn't exist here.
Yeah, COVID isn't real in the South. I hope people. He's just out of here. He's
Jay, you
done.
got to pick it up, man. You're losing us. Boog specifically.
He's not interested in these long-winded stories of yours.
That was it. As for my 2 weeks, you guys have heard it. You guys have heard it. I won't bore you. This week, nothing happened this week for me. Nothing at all.
Hey, that's a good week, man.
That's a great week.
Yeah, that's a great week. How about that?
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
What about y'all?
Well, Rick.
Well, after 2 years, here in the Bay Area, we've had something called the toy show, and it's not like your typical toy show. This toy show's fucking huge. Thousands of people come to it. Like,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Like, this toy show's
can't
fucking
hear
for
anything.
real.
We can
You
hear
can't
you.
hear us. You can hear your beautiful voice.
Boog's out of the game for 2 weeks. He forgot to do everything.
Those basic tones are coming through, but we're not coming back to him.
Son of a bitch.
All right, carry on. Carry on.
Yeah, it's a huge toy show. People come from like out of state for it. To like able to apply to sell there is like a 2-year waiting list. It's a crazy place. It's a crazy place. Finally came back. There was thousands of people, and so many people were turned away, and it was great. Showed up, and they were like, "Where's your Vax card?" They're like, "I'm not vaccinated," and they were like, "Well, you're not coming in."
No, I was getting ready to undercut everybody. No.
Yeah, it was amazing. So many people were turned away. It was awesome. It was fantastic, and there were still hella people in that place. I hung out with Shartimus.
Nice.
I was hanging out with Shartimus there. I didn't even know he was selling. I told him he didn't really promote it. I didn't see it like on any social media that he was going to do an event or anything like that. I told him you should have
really
out
should
there
have.
more.
You know, for especially if you live in the Bay Area, you know, because like, you know, for you guys out, especially California, like if you throw something out in the ether of social media, there's a good chance it will affect a large percentage of your friends list or your fan base or whatever. Whereas someone like me, like what the hell am I even doing that for? In South Carolina.
It was crazy. People were turning the corner like, "Oh shit, is that Shartimus Prime?" And like we could like barely hold a conversation because like every 2 seconds somebody wanted to like tell them how much he means to them and like take a picture with him and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Man, you really should have this out there more." I don't know. So it was dope hanging out with him. We talked a little bit about the Will Smith slap.
Oh my god.
That was the day before. Of course we didn't. We talked about his interview and stuff like that. He said that after his interview, he actually talked to Todd for like 2 hours.
Okay.
Off camera, obviously, and he just talked to Todd for 2 hours while he was doing his sketch. So that was pretty dope to hear. That would have been a little after-hour show. That would have been dope.
Oh, yeah.
You guys talked about the whole Todd situation already, huh?
No. That was the week that Fabio and I were solo, so we just wanted to wait till everybody was here.
Okay.
He said, just to let people know, he said Todd has never said anything to him, and doesn't care. So
I didn't expect anything to really come out of it.
no. I mean,
Todd
he,
being Todd, I
at
didn't
the end
expect.
at the end of the day, like he's very obviously joking. Anyways, it's really not a big deal. That toy show was crazy. I almost spent like $150 on a Conan.
Oh, that would have been a good deal.
No, I
Oh
told
my
the guy, I was like,
God.
damn, man, that's a good deal. I was ready because everybody there was taxing. You know, they haven't sold in 2 years. They're trying to make as much money as possible.
True.
And so I seen this dude, and I was like, how much for that Conan, man? It's like I'm giving a deal $150, and I was like, fuck, that is a deal. I walked past that booth like a jealous ex-girlfriend who found out where her old boyfriend worked. I just kept walking with that like side head, like
Was it
Side head?
brand new? Was it brand
Side
new and sealed and everything?
brand new sealed, still had the Mezco clear bag.
Oh damn!
Dang, extra
Oh,
extra
I know.
crispy.
Damn. Now I'm regretting it. It was a
What
great
happened?
deal.
Why didn't you get it?
Because I was being a cheap ass. So
Oh,
funny.
Don't you
fair
have
enough.
the
came
other
up
one
for-
on pre-order?
I have the other one on pre-order
Oh, there
already
you go.
too.
Don't feel
It
too
was
bad.
funny. I
Have both.
got home.
Turn the second into a generic barbarian with the barbarian booster kit. Duh.
So I got home from the toy show, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh my god, I want to see your haul." And I was like, "Yeah, I barely bought anything because I was being a cheap ass the whole fucking time, and I regretted it.
It'd be like that.
Just being so cheap.
Yeah.
Just being a cheap ass."
I'm
I'll
going
say
to
what I
the toy
picked up
show tomorrow.
At WonderCon.
I'll say what I picked up at the end of the show. No need to spoil that here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else. Note happened.
Yeah, I guess that was nothing really crazy happened except the whole Will Smith shit. I was like over that, and like literally as soon as it happened, I wanted it to end.
I have never seen a joke run into the ground faster.
Yeah, this was like warp speed. Like I don't think we've ever experienced this on the internet like this. It was so bad. It was so it hurt. It hurts to look at these fucking memes right now, man. It's not even funny.
Bad enough I posted a photo. I mean, at least it was like a week late, but still.
That's gonna be like your Facebook memory moment where, as normal people, will
sure.
look at our memories from like high school and like 2009 and stuff,
Oh,
and go,
my
"Oh
God.
fuck, what was I talking about? Why am I posting these fucking lyrics right here? Like, what do these lyrics mean at this time?" But you're gonna look back and you're gonna go, "Yeah, this Will Smith theme was it, man."
What sucks is that the best meme is like not even shareable. It's like really hard to find because it's like semi NSFW. It sucks. Like all these other stupid ones keep getting posted. Like, oh, look at him. He's dressed as Goku and Vegeta is Chris Rock.
I posted one which I thought was very funny and very relatable to our thing that we got going on, which was the Andrew Garfield one, where he was like texting the other Spider-Mans to see if Will smack Chris in their university. I thought that was very
coincidentally that's the only one I shared as well, but I shared it privately in the shadows with a private messenger group.
Yeah,
little private friend group action, huh? little private friendies.
Yeah, that one was funny. And there was like maybe one other one that I thought was funny, but again, like literally as soon as it happened, I was like, "Oh, why is this happening? I don't want this to happen."
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like, first of all, let me say I love that everybody here is on the same page. That everybody's just so over it right now. That's the greatest thing.
Oh yeah.
I was low key like, are we gonna talk about this week? And everybody's like, got a couple of jokes, has like a 5-minute bit lined up or something. But like, dude, it was so crazy scrolling through your timeline for 2 days straight.
Worse.
And it was everything, literally everything, literally almost. Maybe I want to say 95% of my friends list, I just had something to say about it, and I was like, "Yo, who cares? Like, who cares about this shit?" It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's everyone's responsibility to share their opinions on this thing because everybody's waited.
Can you pull up that CNN document
to hear your opinion about this?
Document that tells parents how to talk to their children about the situation. Pull that up, please.
This is so funny.
I think it would be irresponsible of us to not use our platform to throw our opinions out about this.
Very true, Fabi.
We
Actually,
owe it
what
to
did
the
you think
audience.
about it, Fabi, being in the business yourself? Did you feel? How did you feel personally? Because I know this definitely affected you personally.
I mean, it's obviously it's like shocking in a lot of ways. An act of violence was committed. And that's overstating it for sure. It was a personal beef. That just got played out in front of the national stage, and it's just not an appropriate place for that. The joke itself was not worth it. It was a really low hanging fruit, dumb joke. Like all of it is bad. Like no one. I don't know. It's just dumb. I'm on the same page. I stopped caring about it almost immediately after it was done. I'm just like, all right, it happened. It was like,
it was one of those
moments, but let's not pretend that this isn't the same room that gave Roman Polanski a round of applause, a standing ovation, despite all of the stuff going on with that. So
it was one of those.
Everyone wants to have their cake and eat it too, right?
It was one of those jokes that you hoped would go away the next day, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It was funny because David Walton called me out on it. He was like, "Look, it's the next day. People still don't shut up." I was like, "Damn it, this sucks." It was cool for one day. Like, let it go.
I will say the funniest thing about that whole thing was watching how different news sources like crafted article titles about it. Like I must have read like 2 or 3 dozen different ways somebody described someone slapped somebody on stage. Like just all the different uses of just different levels of severity of it. It was so funny.
You know what was the worst was people at least Boog looked at the facts and was able to see that this shit was real, but there's like still people that don't think that shit was real. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Chris
real.
Rock's friend is the head of the Oscars, and they're down this year. So you don't think that they didn't plan this whole thing out? Like, dude, it was fucking totally real.
I'll say
I want to believe, Rick.
These couple
truth
things,
is out there.
I think that it was a bitch ass maneuver on Will Smith's part. He should have just held that down and just pull Chris to the side later in the evening or something like that. I think his anger was like misplaced because everybody's been like roasting him on the internet for the past year or so, and it was just like that slap wasn't really for Chris Rock. That was for like that
was August Alsina's slap right there.
Like making memes and shit about this guy for the past year and shit. Like, you know what I mean? So he just reacted in a very emotionally immature way right there. So that's unfortunate. But also like the whole thing, like you were saying, like how it was being shared, everything is getting politicized crazy right now. Like, like on Fox News, I think I think Jeanine Pirro said something to the effect of this is not the hood or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so there was that on that side, and then there were people saying, oh, Will was protecting his wife, so that was okay, and just like everything. And I was going to say that about the Todd thing, too, that even that had got politicized and shit. Like, it was a lot of, like, people, like, taking it to a whole nother level when it was really just an off-the-cuff, like, stupid remark from Todd. It really wasn't. It ain't that deep. And this shit with Will Smith is deep as far as his emotions, like whatever's going on with him, whatever depression he's going through, whatever's going on. That's all that was. You know what I mean? He just
there's a lot of underlying issues there that just bubbled to the surface in one pretty unfortunate moment. And you're right. There's been a lot of like over the past year or whatever, ever since some podcast or whatever, where all this stuff came out. He's been the butt of so many jokes or whatever, and whatever I guess treatment or he needs to. Some kind of talk needs to be done about this. I feel that because of what the family is involved in, without saying too much, like if you know about their
extracurricular activities.
Yeah. If you know about all that, then you know that they don't really believe in therapy, and so that kind of stuff may just not be getting dealt with behind the scenes, and it's leading to this sort of emotional outburst.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part. I mean, it happened. It's over. I don't think the joke was that bad. It wasn't that. It was a bad joke. It was a dated reference to a 1990s movie. Like it's
Right. It wasn't, and it wasn't even like it was that potent to me. Like you said, it was a bad joke, and it wasn't even like real, like personal. It didn't seem like,
yeah, it's pretty
you know?
innocuous, and it's the Oscars. It's an award show. It's like a mild roast for everybody in the
Right.
audience because it's an industry that takes themselves very seriously. You know, this is an industry, or this is an award show to celebrate and pat everybody's back about the work that they've done over the last year. And yeah, you got to lighten it up with with a little bit of humor like that. But I don't know, it is all dumb. Honestly, it's all just stupid. I'm glad that it's basically out of the conversation at this point, except for right now.
Yeah. Well, the last thing I'll say is that I think just maybe like an hour or so ago, it said that Will Smith resigned from the Academy. I guess he was facing the prospects of the possibility of them removing him or whatever. So he just said, "Fucking him out." I wonder, does that
Yeah,
mean
he
that?
took his ball and went home.
Yeah, basically, does he have to give the Oscar back though? Is that how that works or what? But yeah, he should have been able to control himself in that situation because he knew that he was getting the Oscar. Everybody was there. Venus and Serena, the girls that played them in the movie, the whole night was set up for him to finally get this Oscar or whatever. He should have held that shit down, man. He fucked up.
Man, how crazy is it that we had an award show where live on television, Venus's titty was out, and the biggest news was Chris Rock getting slapped.
I forgot about that.
Crazy. She had her whole titty out, and nobody said shit.
Yeah, nobody said
Right.
anything about
And
that.
if you really
Like,
want it,
alright.
I mean, there's no better time to have moral high ground in this industry than when you're receiving the Academy Award.
For
So
real.
if inevitably he thought he was going to win or knew he was going to win, the time to address this would have been when you're giving the speech, and use
Right.
that grandstand stage to then shame the person and make
Or-
them out to be the bad guy.
It didn't even
everybody
have to be like
would
that.
have
It didn't even have to be like contentious like that. He could have made light of the situation too when he came up there and just made a joke about Chris or some shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like it didn't have to be that. And yo, like I just hate that it was black people up there fighting too. Like that shit makes me so sad.
People would have cheered for him if he would have held it in, and in his speech was just like, "Oh yeah, and fuck you, Chris Rock. Don't ever talk about my wife's bald head again." And
Right. Some
we're like,
shit.
"Oh shit."
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So we saw. Let's bring this back around. There were a few toy related things with this too. So whatever. I guess it did kind of get into our orbit as far as like displays and shit goes. But again, I was over that shit in 5 minutes too. But all right, moving on. That was the big thing that happened this past week. Any other funny shit that you guys saw this past week? Oh, we did talk about. Well, me and P did talk about Atlanta a little bit. If you guys not watching that shit, you should definitely watch it. Shout out to my man Jose. He reminded me about the 2 episodes from this season so far. I guess we're on the 3rd episode now, but those first 2 episodes were fucking brilliant. So if you're not watching that, I would definitely check it out. Has nothing to do with toys really, but it is what it is.
I tell you what does have something to do with toys, and because he's in the chat, we got to address this. Everybody needs to go back and watch Kevin Toying Around's Thursday unboxing stream.
Yes. Shout out to
He
Kev.
had an illustrious guest, Felix Salas, who plays Omar Navarro on Ozark, one of my favorite shows, and
Right.
apparently a watcher of this podcast as well, as we found out on the stream. I chimed in with somebody said Mezco, and I was triggered, and I had to pipe up, and he was like, "Yeah, I clocked him on Book of Boba Fett, and I knew him from the podcast, and he name dropped our whole cast here, and it was just an amazing moment amongst an otherwise great episode of Unboxing Thursdays. I came in a little bit late, but I went back and watched all of it. This man is one of us, y'all. Like that was a top 3 episode for Kevin for sure, but just like from top to bottom, the dude is passionate. The dude has so much love for the collecting community and for this hobby. And the enthusiasm was just infectious. It was so good, so genuine, just amazing. And on top of that, he's a fan of this show. I mean, it's too many of my worlds colliding all at once. And he literally had me like screaming, and my roommates were like, "Is everything okay?"
That's what's up. So shout out to Felix, man. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So good.
Shout out to Kev. I got to go back and check out the episode. But yeah, Kev is back. We were talking about this off air. Kev has definitely been doing his thing with the unboxing. Thursdays having on, celebrity guests basically, and a lot of there's a lot of collectors out there. A lot of collectors that are celebrities. A lot of low key nerds out there, man. I mean, I tell you, man. I would always say this. Collecting community is almost like Fight Club, man. You know, it's all of these people from all of these different walks of life and different professions and shit like that. But we all connected through this common nerdy thing, But yeah, that's wonderful, man.
This is an incredible network to be a part of, for sure.
Anything else? P, you saw Morbius. We're talking about that later, huh?
Yeah,
I can
we'll
barely
talk about
contain myself. I kind of want to talk about it right now.
All right.
Let's talk toys first. We got some toys. We'll leave everybody. I know everybody's gonna be waiting with bated breath the whole episode, right?
All right. We the topics that we do have are quick hits. So let's stick.
Yeah, today's topics are Legends, SHF, Revoltech, NECA, and we'll talk about whatever and miscellaneous. Maybe that freaky looking Dr. Jekyll thing, maybe.
Oh yeah, there's another Kickstarter I want to mention too, because the Plunder Laws and the Plunder Strongs have been fully funded. Stretch goals are getting revealed, but we got to talk about them.
Beautiful.
Okay. All right. So up first, we talking about Marvel Legends. There was a drop today, even though it is April 1st, and traditionally we know this as April Fool's Day, so there's a lot of jokes running around, but apparently this was not a joke. This past week was the first episode of the Disney Plus Moon Knight show. Did we all see that? Everybody saw the episode?
Yeah, I saw
Yes,
Oh yeah.
sir.
What do you guys think real quick?
I thought that was great.
It's
Really
fantastic.
good.
Yeah.
Probably one of the strongest first episodes of all the series.
I would agree.
Probably the worst British accent I've ever heard, but great. Worst British accent.
It is what it is. You know why it works though? Because he was basically playing a character, and whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So
That's what David said. I'm so thrown off because he's not supposed to know that he's not British. So it's okay. Everything else was great. Let me not nitpick the fucking voice. Everything else was really, really good.
I mean, I thought his acting overall as being
really good,
psycho and afraid and like all of that shit was very well done. So we know this man has range. So it is what it is. But yeah, I would agree. One of the best, one of the strongest first episodes from any one of the Disney Plus shows, though, for sure. All right, so they showed.
I gotta correct you. This was revealed today, first by Dan Yoon on Twitter, and then later Hasbro Pulse officially revealed it. But this is actually supposed to go up on the 4th for pre-order.
Okay, so that's this coming Monday is the 4th, April 4th. Today is the 1st. They showed it off, but we saw a lot of Moon Knight pictures this past week too, in terms of toy photography being at the first episode drop. But yeah, it's just a render here. We don't. Not sure what other accessories may be packed in with them, but looks pretty true to form. Looks pretty good from what we saw in the first episode. I actually didn't expect to see him suited up at all in the first episode, so that was kind of surprising. It was a great cake topper to the episode, the final cherry on top to the episode. So so Fabio says the 4th for this to go up for pre-order. I don't know what else we may see. I mean, we did get a couple of Moon Knight figures like 2 years ago, so I think you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that we're gonna get a Werewolf by Night figure at some point.
They got to reuse that jackal at some point.
No doubt.
And just to correct myself again, April 12th is this pre-order.
12th, okay, not the 4th. All right,
Yeah.
So that would be the following Monday? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yeah, the following Monday.
A week from this coming Tuesday. So
You mean this coming Monday?
no, it's the 12th is on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
And so yeah, don't forget that this kind of came out of nowhere, but I mean, I guess they do that after Disney Plus shows air. But don't forget that on the 20th, we should probably be getting some other reveal too. They promised to give us something every 20th of the month, so we'll be looking out for that.
Pretty cool.
And it's
I don't
going to be
think.
part of the upcoming Disney Plus wave with Hawkeye and Kate Bishop
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
from
That makes
Hawkeye show, and then we know the Build-A-Figure for that is Infinity Ultron.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't think there was any other Legends news. It's been kind of quiet on the Legends front. We've seen a lot of people getting their 20th anniversary Captain America. That figure looks so good, man.
You mean Ben Reilly Spider-Man?
Huh?
Well, people ordered Ben Reilly Spider-Man and got Unparalleled Captain America, and vice versa. People ordered Captain America and got Ben Reilly.
Really? From what site? What site?
GameStop.
GameStop.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The boys in the warehouse fumbled the bag once again. I'm sorry. I'd like to go ahead and personally apologize on behalf of the entire GameStop family.
Hey,
we gotta get some reprimands going, man. Come on,
Poncho, you boys are gonna unionize. You're gonna end up looking like an idiot, like Bezos.
Well, you know what? Me and the boys in PR are working on it right now. We're at a split decision between either 5,000 free gamer points on your pro card, which does not roll over at the end of the month, so or a heartfelt apology sent by email. Please check your junk folders. So I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right, so we've been seeing some Spider-Mans and some Captain Americas.
Mhm.
I think some people have been finding Ulick as well.
The other thing, actually, speaking of Ulick and Thor, people are starting to get Ragnarok, like the robot Thor, in.
Yes,
He's looking different than promised.
Yeah, was there some situation where there was a hand missing out of the package or something like that? Am I right about that?
Yeah, the bubble is just different than what was originally shown. So let me try to find a photo real quick. But yeah, I don't mean to slag off the boys at marketing, like Moon Knight says, but what's going on over there? Let me try to find it for you guys. But yeah,
what do we know so far about this? What do we know so far about this Disney Plus wave? We know, like you mentioned, Moon Knight will probably be part of that. We know that Hawkeye, Kate Bishop and Hawkeye is going to be part of that wave as well. We know that it's going to be however many figures to build the Ultron. That's all we know so far, huh?
So far.
You guys don't know. All right. I'm supposed to be the next Number one Marvel Legends podcast. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Wait, we can't be saying that unironically. What's going on?
All right. So, like I said, it wasn't really a lot of stuff going on in terms of Legends. As always, there's a lot of Legends out there. There's a lot of shit dropping. I was actually in Forbidden Planet today looking at all of the shit that I was about to purchase. I'm still missing figures from the Watcher Build-A-Figure wave and from this new, is it Rentra or Ventra? I always get it messed up. Rentra. It's Rentra with an R, right? Rentra Build-A-Figure wave. I saw that they had those two waves in stock at Forbidden Planet, so maybe I'll bite the bullet next week and finish those up. Right. There we go. So Thor. This was the original.
I can't find the comparison image that I was looking for, but basically this is the original image we saw. He has two hands and then the battle damage like robot hand right here. Mm-hmm. Now he does not have this battle damage robot hand, and this alternate left hand is in place. So there's only one extra alternate hand here.
That's interesting. How'd that happen?
This is what was shown, and then what people are getting are no battle damaged hand, just a regular hand.
Well, that's whack.
Yeah, maybe it was deemed a little too gruesome. That's pretty nasty. All that skin peeling away. I didn't want to let my adult director play with it. I don't know. We gotta be careful with people's sensibilities these days.
Listen, if they could give us the zombie Captain America, they can give us Robot Thor.
True.
Damn it, that's a good point. Yeah, I do wonder what happened with there. Is that a budget thing or just interesting more than anything.
All right, moving along. Like I said, we're gonna hit these things quick.
But since they're on the same page, while we're talking about Moon Knight, Hot Toys had their reveal as well.
Ooh, I didn't see this.
Yeah, Hot Toys got their Moon Knight. Mooney K. There he is.
Looking very mummy-esque, as he should.
Yeah, I really do like this costume design a lot. I like the sash in the front. That's a cool addition to it as far as giving him that Egyptian vibe as well.
Yeah, it looks very, very Egyptian. I like it.
I like that it's basically like Khonshu, his design, but translated over into like a human costume.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the show, he's looking real mummy-esque as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this. Not bad. Okay. What's the Hot Toys pre-order went up, or this was just the early solicits or whatever?
Not full reveals. Yeah, that's it. Just some teaser images for now. Not a full reveal and solicitation quite yet for Hot Toys.
Okay.
Just to let you know, it's coming.
Probably
Probably light up eyes, I would imagine, on this too.
Probably some things that may be packed in here that they don't want to show just yet, too.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I wonder if that means we'll get Ethan Hawke with glass in his slippers action.
Right.
I wonder if people that kind of tiptoe in Star Wars Hot Toys stuff are kind of kicking themselves they didn't get a Poe Dameron right now.
Interesting.
I've seen that before where I've seen people, if this doesn't come with an Oscar Isaac head, people are trying to backtrack and get some of the Black Series Oscar Isaac. Good luck, because they're all kind of terrible.
Yeah, they look nothing like that guy.
You're right, especially the early ones. You'd have better luck trying to get some of the later ones, but still.
Yes.
I don't even know how accurate that would be, though, because obviously it's only been one episode, but I don't know that this design of the costume has like an unmasked look. I think it's either full costume or not at all.
Yeah, sure. He's supposed to be the full, Ascension avatar here at this point. I don't know that we'll see him without the mask and shit on.
Right.
All right. So Legends, Hot Toys, Moon Knight.
One more Moon Knight quick hit, because not to be outdone,
Oh my God.
coming straight out of the Diamond Select Toys vault, it is the Shop Disney exclusive Moon Knight.
This was old, right? You said out of the vault, right? This already came out, right?
This figure came out like 12 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. It looks very dated with those ball pegs on the hips. What's going on?
Yeah, I believe this was Paul Harding that did this originally, and even he not tweeted, but Instagrammed a picture being like, they're putting out my Moon Knight from like 12 years ago again. So yes, it is dated. I mean, he's got the old ball jointed hips. For as limited as Diamond Select is even still today, they've come a long, long way since this. So this is just basically that old figure redecoed to look slightly like the movie with the gold trim and stuff like that. So yeah, this is weak. I mean, no, it's April Fool's. I love it. I think this is fantastic. This is going to be the Moon Knight figure to get.
This is the one. All right, so Legends Moon Knight, Hot Toys Moon Knight, re-release of Diamond Select Moon Knight. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Diamond Select offers a new version though too.
Yeah, and this is a Shop Disney exclusive too, so there's that.
Big shout out to Tachyon Transmitter in chat asking Rick, can you do something about this?
Seems like
Rick is indisposed at the moment, I suppose.
Right.
I'm echoing, but I don't know what's going on. If that's
my bad, that's me, because I'm trying to segue into one more little Hot Toys Marvel quick hit that was revealed. Classic that? Loki from the Loki TV show.
I saw this and I feel like I thought I had been saw this, but maybe not. I don't know.
No, that was the KO Classic Trickster.
Oh, right. Okay, got it. Oh, look at that head sculpt. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, these all look really good.
This is definitely this is the making of where does all the budget go type meme here.
Man.
And you get
Frog Thor.
Frog.
Yeah, Throg.
And you get Alligator Loki.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
So much. His purpose. It's so glorious. My goodness.
That was that whole bit was like probably one of the top 3 highlights of the show for sure.
Got his little overnight bag. Yeah, this looks great.
This was crazy again. I wish I was like rich.
Always thinking of Trevor. Had to mention it just for him. Oh, and you get the remnants of his helmet at the end as well.
Pretty cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, this looks good, man. I mean, obviously this is a design that translates really well to Hot Toys because it's just the spandex suit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. It's the the vintageness of it looks really good. Yeah, it looks great.
This is the Loki look you wanted in the original Avengers, right?
For sure. Not really, but for sure.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Next up is SHF.
I think I got it right. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my god, look at me.
They put out official images for Battle Armor Krillin.
Yes, sir.
And he's up for pre-order as well right now. He's on P Bandai as well as any other Japanese retailer right now that sells web exclusives. So another quick thing that we touched on a couple of weeks ago is P Bandai is merging with another company. Like, they're no longer shipping stuff the way they used to ship. Now they're starting to aim for worldwide simultaneous releases. So this Krillin is stated to ship at the same time as the Japanese release of him as well.
Baby.
Which is crazy. Which is, honestly, I think I said this the last time we talked about this too, but that's what I thought premium Bandai would be when it came to the US.
That's what I always thought, especially because, like, I'm sure you know, Poncho, shipping a single figure from Japan is really inexpensive. Even with DHL, it's never more than like 20 something bucks.
Yeah, the most I see it is 26 for a single figure.
On a bigger box. Like, it's like I don't understand why they weren't always doing this. Like, people are buying it early from Japan anyways. You might as well just do it yourself.
That's true. But yeah, now that we have like an official solicitation of this, there's a whole bunch of really interesting stuff. Most interestingly, he comes with replaceable like A.C.B.A armor parts, one normal and then one that has a hole in it. And then he has a hole on the backside too. Obviously recreating when he got like speared by second form Frieza. And to me, this says that second form Frieza is literally a lock at this point. There's no way we're not getting this figure at this point.
You know what that means? It also means that if I was a betting man, second form Cell is coming too.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they both literally only have like one form left. Like, might as well.
Yeah, I would really like a second form Frieza. I would see us getting a second form Frieza over anything else. I feel like they would do second form Frieza, and then maybe they would do a 100% power Frieza as well. And then, if we're lucky, we'll get a third form Frieza. I would love a third form Frieza, but not many people share the same opinion as I, so it is what it is.
we gotta get that.
A little quick side thing related though. The GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku had went back up on Big Bad Toy Store for a hot minute a few days ago as well.
It was up for so long because they were overcharging on it. They wanted $80 for it, so $15 above regular retail.
$72.99 sold out now. I actually copped this because I didn't get it the first go round.
Yikes! Amazon had it for $60 too. I think they still might have it too for $60. I picked up a second one at 60. So
yeah, somebody sent me a message. Shout out to whoever that was. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was, but they shot me a message, and I went ahead and just grabbed it.
Hell yeah!
I also got two. I don't even know how this happened. Remember, I said I had two Dodoria figures.
Yes.
I was able to cancel one of those. So shout out to the fine folks at Big Bad Toy Store. They looked out for me there. But now I have two Android 18s.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I got my second set of 17 and 18. I completely forgot I pre-ordered on P Bandai, and then lo and behold, 4 months after they release in Japan, they show up on my door through P Bandai.
Yeah. So Android 17 and 18, and their sort of casual get up from Dragon Ball Super are shipping from Big Bad Toy Store right now. I'm sure if you put it through P Bandai, then you bang got the shit. But yeah.
But yeah, moving back on, this Krillin is is great, man. Like, I think the only thing we need basically at this point is a battle damage Piccolo, and then you have that era of the Namek arc on lock. And then if you have the UI Goku, you just slap a regular Goku head on there, and then you're good to go. But I truly believe, we were talking about this on the A.C.B.A. Discord. I truly believe that they will re-release the UI Goku body mold, but with a Super Saiyan head, and it'll just be first appearance Super Saiyan Goku for sure. As a matter of fact, I think that's going to be the last release of this Dragon Ball set they're doing. I think they have 2 or 3 more slots left to be filled up for this set of Dragon Balls releases or whatever, and I think that Goku's going to be one of them.
So what you're saying is Super Saiyan head?
Yes, the Super Saiyan head.
So
I think I hope one of them will be second form Frieza, and then a Goku, and then if we're lucky, Piccolo, maybe. I don't know. Probably not, though. I mean, we've had like 2 Piccolos within the span of 2 years, so. but they love
it's so
Piccolo,
hard to judge
so.
because I was about to say it's so hard to judge because Japan fucking loves Piccolo.
How could you not?
I mean, yeah, how could you not?
And that's basically it for SHF.
Well, it's not, but
It's not. What's next?
no, they announced 2 new Jujutsu Kaisen figures on Instagram today.
Oh, did they really? Hell yeah, let's go. Take that away,
sir.
Rickolas.
It's on their Instagram. It's like a picture of a new Gojo and Yuta.
Cool. While you look that up, a super chat we
down.
got super early in the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta hit those real quick.
Please.
Yeah. Zarak Qureshi hit us with $10. He said, "Hi, I used to watch the podcast and Boog 4 to 5 years ago. Got back into collecting and have been having a blast catching up on 5 years of videos. It's been insane to see all of y'all's growth. Much love. Thanks, man."
Hey, that's
Oh,
awesome,
yeah.
dude. Thank you.
You watched 5 years of this? Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Welcome back.
If by y'all's growth you mean my hair, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh my God.
That mane is getting long, brother.
Yeah, it is,
like
but
it.
I've
I
held
like
on for this long, and I haven't paid for a haircut in like 4 years, so I'm not about to start
Man.
now.
Unless gum gets caught in it, I don't see the reason to chop it. If you have a gum situation, you're good.
Yeah, I avoid it. I don't do sugar.
Exactly.
You don't do sugar, you don't do cartoons. The fuck do you do?
He's basically the exact opposite of a child.
A lot of Werther's originals, a lot of Whitman samplers.
Oh my God.
The closest this guy gets to a candy is a cough drop.
Pretty much, actually. Or the occasional White Claw. There's a little bit bigger there. Not today.
And then Fat Man hit us with $5, but we'll save this one for when we talk about the critically acclaimed Morbius film in the after show as well.
Oh, a fellow fan. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fellow cinematic genius.
It's just good to have other, there's the average Morbius hater, and then there's the average Morbius enjoyer. And it's good to have a Morbius enjoyer here in the chat with us today. Thank you, Fat Man.
Hey, man. Everything needs balance, right?
That's
right.
So, Rick, take us away. Who are these fellows?
Yeah, it's funny. I literally said this was gonna happen. Call me Rick Stradamus, because I said this was gonna happen like a month ago. When this like a couple weeks before the movie came out, I was like, oh man, it'd be really good if they did like if I did another Gojo from the movie and a Yuta, and sure enough, that's exactly what they fucking did.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so this is dope. The one on the right is virtually going to be the same, except with different effects and a different like eye cover in the movie, and in like the early in Book 0 he's wearing a white band for some reason. And yeah, the other guy's a character who shows up in that movie. He shows up in the manga later on. And
wait, I know who this is. This is Kakashi doing the Rasengan. Nailed it. Moving on.
Oh my God.
Moving on.
Yeah, these are fire. It's there's a Figma thing, but we don't need to pull it up. But exactly what I said happened again. Figma has way better head sculpts, but man, this articulation is just can't be beat, because the articulation on those Figmas look like fucking dog shit. Look terrible. They look like bricks with limbs. It's so good. So good. So if you want the best of both worlds, you're gonna have to buy fucking both and steal the heads off of those Figmas.
I'm looking for it on Ami Ami, but all I see is full body pillows with characters on them.
Well, you came to the right place.
Oh my god. All right, I don't know anything about this, but thank you.
Yeah, this is a pretty popular anime, right?
Yeah,
Right now.
yeah, it's really popular. This is like it's like doing really good in the movie theaters. So
Okay.
shout out to them.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I know Animated Hero is obviously very excited here, but he's seen this movie like several times, as I heard on his stream the other night.
Okay.
Oh,
I see Monster X Mechagodzilla is back in stock on BBTS. I don't know. The Monster Arts figures are so expensive, bro. They want $160 for this shit.
yeah, man. Everything's going up in price. I can't. It's not easy to justify things as it was before.
Yeah. I feel like collectively the collecting community has all kind of like really looked at their lives and said, yo, I got to cut back on some shit. I feel like that is the like consensus almost fully across the board with people right now. People really trying to limit their spending and their collecting to the lines that they really, really love and not kind of like double and triple dipping and doing a lot of lines and stuff like that right now.
I've been saying it. Everyone's coming around finally.
Everything's
That doesn't mean that
coming up.
everybody's
Fabio.
only collecting Mezco, Fabio. All right.
No, but whatever your equivalent is, like you're gonna run yourself dry trying to get everything. You gotta really focus.
Hey,
Correct.
to be fair, with the way the prices were before, it was very doable to like
Fair,
collect
yeah,
a bunch
of
of
course.
lines. It's just not. I can't imagine anybody that like collects all these lines. Like, let me know your job. There's no way.
Yeah.
I cannot fathom being all in on Legends, being all in. Oh God, on McFarlane, being all in on NECA and imports on top of it. There's no way. I'd have not a penny to my fucking name.
Yo, big shout out to Plastic Thunder, who I just learned earlier this week that he was at one point 100%ing McFarlane figures when DC
Oh my
the
God.
DC multiverse was coming out. I was like,
Why?
Johnny, what the fuck are you doing?
Jesus Christ.
That is the ultimate pick and choose line. If if you even get to that point.
For real. I was actually looking at that stuff in Forbidden Planet today too, looking at some of that stuff. I keep looking at King Shark, is that his name? King
Yeah.
Shark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Naue?
Looking at that figure and I keep saying, I just kind of want this one figure, but keep thinking I'm gonna be disappointed with my purchase.
No,
Well, you know the
I
problem
would
is
say
that,
that's a Beast Kingdom one to get.
well, you know, and the problem is that you're gonna have to pull a Fabio on it. You have to, when you buy it, you have to get rid of those piece of shit shorts, and you have to buy fabric ones because otherwise it's a brick. It's a brick. That's
That's why I'd rather just get the Beast Kingdom. It's already got soft goods shorts and it's pinless joints.
What's the price on the Beast Kingdom?
Probably about like Mezco-ish price, like 100 probably.
Oh, then you might as well, because I think that King Shark is $60 if it's retail. And I mean, you're gonna spend $25 on a pair of shorts.
Right.
You're
Or,
sitting
I
at, you're sitting at 85. You may as well just get Beast Kingdom.
Like if you get this is they did it, several times already, but if you got the waves separately, it's a build-a-figure wave, so each one is like $25 for the build-a-figure piece as opposed to like the regular $20 price. Or if you get all four, that's $100, right? Or for $80, you get the single box that has all 5 figures plus the build-a-figure, or all 4 figures plus the build-a-figure, 5 figures, and it's $80. So even then, it's like, well, then I'm stuck with all these 4 figures. I'd rather pay an extra 20 and not get stuck with 4 extra figures, and not have to replace the shorts.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that'll be my first Beast Kingdom, if anything. I mean, that took a little side trip into McFarlane, but yeah,
That's fine. Next up is Revoltech. Once again,
I
Rick,
couldn't find what the Revoltech thing was. So someone's gonna have to link me.
Baby.
the amazing
baby.
Yamaguchi Endeavor
Good.
was revealed.
Yeah, you can go to Lago Has a picture of the magazine scan.
Got you. Okay.
Shout out to Lago
I think you
Figs.
put it in the chat even. So let me pull it up.
Shout out to Lago Figs. He graciously offered me $20.99. I had to turn it down after I saw pictures in hand and I saw how terrible that cape looks.
Which
Couldn't
one?
do it.
What, the
20,
Mezco
20
$29?
yeah, the Mezco $20.99. I couldn't do it. That
You mean the one
Shout
that
out
was
to Ed.
supposed to arrive for me today but hasn't moved since Monday?
yeah, that back cape. I
Monday?
don't know if anybody's seen it in hand pictures, but
You don't
Jesus
like it?
Christ, it looks like an old napkin.
Shout
Very
out to
small old
shout out
napkin.
to Ed because he offered me one this past week too.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm bringing shame onto the Mexican name. Yeah,
Come
there's
on,
Endeavor.
man. You gotta get Miguel.
I know. Just don't. No, you're gonna make me ask him if he still has. Don't do this to me.
I've seen there's a review that I'm not allowed to see, but I did anyway, and honestly, it looks good. I'm cool with it.
There's a lot of people that have it in hand. There's not reviews of it up right now.
Yeah, there's a review.
Really?
It's
So
shipping,
many people
right?
have it in hand.
Like,
That's
it's
crazy.
shipped.
Yeah, a lot of people have it. That's so
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
Which is-
Definitely. I think a lot of people on the West Coast got it already.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
except me.
Except
I shipped out of Washington, and it's just been stuck with no movement since Monday. So I don't know, how other people on the East Coast have gotten it, other
No,
than
Really
maybe
pulling
having a
one on
direct
you.
line to Medco, but that's neither here nor there.
I was saying Ed had it. I'm pretty sure he's home right now. I don't think he's in New York right now.
Okay. Wait, where does Ed live? I thought he lived in New York.
Well, he was going to school in New York, but he lives in California.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
What's his address?
Yeah.
What's his social security?
What places does he frequent?
You know his mother's maiden name?
Yes. And
What about the last
his
four of his
social?
social? Damn it, Poncho! Damn it, Poncho! Ugh.
The number one doxing podcast.
Absolutely.
We are here to dox Ed and Ed only.
All right, Rick. I'm going to pull a U right here.
Yay!
Just like you contested my love for amazing Yamaguchi Deku. I think this guy's eyes are too close together.
Yeah, you said that yesterday, and I was like, let me go look at the art. And there's a lot of art where his eyes are really close together. And
Yes.
I'm almost certain they pulled up that Google image of where his eyes are so close together, and we're like, this is fine.
I think it's on model for sure, but especially that bottom left, the big one, his half body where he's holding the phone. His eyes are so close together right there. It's just they're crazy. But if you go down to the snarling face to the right there, that looks fine.
Look a little far apart,
The one where one of his eyes is closed directly right next to it, that looks fine. I mean, they all of them look passable except for that one where he's holding the phone and his eyes are so close together on that. But that's just more of an art style nitpick for me. Again,
Wait, who is this? Is this who is this?
It's from My Hero Academia.
Yes, Totoro.
Right, yeah. What's his name?
Endeavor.
Okay, got it.
Oh, like the space shuttle.
Just like the space shuttle.
You know what? When he was naming it, he said, "I'm a big fan of space shuttles."
Man, you're really about to get me into anime, huh?
Oh,
not just anime,
baby.
cartoons.
So you might not like cartoons, but what if they weren't American?
What's the difference? Clearly, there's none to Stephen Grant. He thinks Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime.
Yeah,
Arguably.
Let me tell you, I love that he brought that back into the spotlight. One of my favorite things to watch the anime community argue about is if Avatar is an anime. My favorite shit in the world.
Oh yeah. You ever need to part a fucking crowd? Just somebody yell "Avatar's an anime." No, it isn't.
Well, if King of the Hill's an anime, then yes, it is.
Sure. I mean,
Exactly.
hey, textbook definition, it could be. It is.
Okay. Well, that's amazing Yamaguchi. Super cool stuff.
I don't know if they'll fix those eyes before the release, but
They won't.
yeah.
This is what we're getting.
Well, you know what sucks? You know what sucks is that it would have been nice if there was a regular head sculpt, like his powered down one. 'Cause I'm sure the eyes would have been fine on that, but No, they did include a lot of faces. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, I mean, for what it is, it's great. Like, just just at looking at it as a figure, this fires on all cylinders for sure.
Yeah, somebody's got to find.
Whoa, I see what you did there, Ponch. You're not gonna get away with that one,
Yeah,
buddy.
like the spaceship.
Fire on all cylinders, like the spaceship.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
So it's got the okay. It's
Do
ready
we,
for liftoff. This figure.
We only have the magazine solicit here, though, so we didn't get the official full reveal or a release date yet, right?
It'll probably go up this weekend. I'm assuming.
It's soon.
Yeah, probably will be very soon. Usually, once we see the magazine pictures, it's soon to follow as the actual pre-order. So, okay. Anything else on the amazing Yamaguchi front? I did see. I don't know if this is old news or medium news or whatever, but that the amazing Yamaguchi Deadpool is not the same as the original version. It's a totally different figure, apparently.
Oh yeah,
it's completely different.
we knew that from the jump.
It's not the same
Okay.
whatsoever.
Yeah, we knew that.
In other news, Tremble Dust reminded me that Spider Gwen and Spider-Man Amazing Yamaguchis are getting reissued.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I did see that.
They are.
Yes.
And the Deadpool is starting to hit now, right?
Yeah.
Deadpool was like a week or two ago. It started coming around.
I'm confused. Did I order that?
The 2.0?
Yeah, I don't think I did. I want
So,
him to-
if you did not get the greatest Spider-Man ever released, now's your chance.
Yeah, Deadpool is it's in stock right now.
Yeah,
Hell
there's been
BTS.
reviews up. There's been reviews up for like a month or so.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm late, super late. All right, moving on. What's next?
Next up is Neca. Completely forgot why I put that up here. But I'm sure
There's
we'll
a couple
figure it out.
things. There's a couple things that we need to mention that
There's
are.
some.
A few gargoyle things happening, huh?
No. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys remember, last week I believe they put up on Turtle Tuesday, which is every Tuesday. They have the Secret of the Ooze anniversary exclusives, right? So this is your chance to get the TMNT2 Secret of the Ooze VHS 4-pack. If you want to get like this, which will be exclusive to this sale, they'll be released in like 2 packs later on down the line. But if you want them in this 4-pack exclusively to this sale, this is your chance to get them. The pre-orders close on the 5th, which is this coming Turtle Tuesday. And that also includes the Secret of the Ooze accessory pack with all the things you see here. And another chance at Taka and Razar, which have been released a few times, but they always seem to go out of stock. So these are pre-orders, but they will close on Tuesday. So after this, no complaints. All right? Cool.
So they said the
Yeah,
first
No
time,
complaining.
and then they complained, and now they're doing this.
Exactly.
You know what? If anything, this is teaching you to complain.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get your way.
Yeah. You complain that like, oh, I don't want them in a 4-pack, especially now because I think it's $150 for the 4-pack. Yeah, $150.
Yeesh.
Back when they were con exclusives, the original VHS 4-pack for the first movie was like $120 or $125. So
Yeah, it was
price
around
hikes
there.
hitting NECA as well, no question.
Oh,
But again,
man.
these are based on Secret of the Ooze, so these are different colors for the turtles, like different skin tones and stuff. The Secret of the Ooze accessory pack is to correspond with the colors for this one, so it's not like you can. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't technically match if you put this Secret of the Ooze accessory pack on the original 4 turtles from the original movie.
Speaking of NECA, I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't know how deep you guys are into TikTok. I'm assuming Boog is really into TikTok, so he's not here to say different. So let's go with that. NECA's under like a lot of fire right now because most of their loot crates have not gotten shipped within the last 6 months. I don't know if you guys know, but they're like in a lot of shit right now.
Yeah,
so
really.
on
On
TikTok.
TikTok?
Shipping.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people that like have gone to TikTok to like voice their complaints over Loot Crate and all their different loots that just
Oh.
haven't got delivered within. Like the last
Well, I
6
think
months.
they're owned by the same parent company,
Yeah, the
but
same
technically
parent
Loot
company,
Crate
yeah.
is different from NECA, so it's a
Yeah.
Loot Crate problem.
Hey, you know what? TMNT crate says different. Says boo.
Am I
Um,
missing out a lot by not having a TikTok?
I don't use it for anything other than to watch random things. I don't post. I don't.
I watch a lot of the
do
cooking
crap.
videos on there.
Oh man, yeah, there's some good little recipe hacks.
For sure. Yeah, I had my birthday dinner a couple weeks ago, and a friend of mine came through, and he's like, "Yo, we should do cooking TikToks," and I'm like, you know what, I kind of am down. I kind of want to do just exclusively cooking TikTok.
It was like that.
Let me
scene
tell you, I
in
get down in the kitchen.
It was like that scene in Zoolander. All of you jumped out of the Jeep and said, "Orange mocha frappuccino," and Jitterbug
Casual
just started.
gasoline fight on a Sunday afternoon.
Jitterbug just started to emanate from every speaker in the home. It was great.
Every echo.
Bringing it back to Moon Knight again. Wake me up before you go.
Oh, full circle, baby.
Okay, but anyway, so Secret of the Ooze pre-orders close this coming Tuesday, the 5th. Up next, another TMNT news. All of these items you see here, which are probably peg warming at your local Target right now, either as part of or right before the Holothon, all of these items, including the Catwoman from Channel 6 pack that they did that was technically supposed to be a con exclusive, but now was made a Target exclusive. All this stuff is going into the NECA vault. All this stuff is going to be retired to make way for new turtle goodness. So if you see these at Target, it's basically your last chance to get them. They will not be restocked after any upcoming restocks. So that includes, the Wingnut and Screw Loose, which is the one that I see peg warming the most.
Really, the one that I see peg
Turtles
warming the
or
most.
the frogs.
The one I see peg warming the most is frogs and the Catwoman from Channel 6.
I haven't seen this.
I just don't think people have the money to spend on that. Literally every Target has like 3 of those Catwoman from Channel 6.
Yeah, it's an expensive set for sure. There's also the regular Muckman that is getting retired, but as part of Holothon, they have the glow in the dark Muckman, which is different from this. But it seems like the original is going to be retired. The Turtles in Time Baxter Stockman. Unfortunately, this is the stuff that probably isn't selling the best, so it makes sense for them to not continue to put the tooling money down to continue to restock it. Give everyone a nice last chance, a little FOMO injection to make sure that what's available out there sells through, and then they can move on to what's next.
The other thing too is that these molds, they're like the size of a minivan, and like if you're not making money off the molds, and just fucking destroy the mold, and make space for something else.
Yeah, these are huge sets. The Wingnut and Screw Loose is like a thick set. It's massive.
It's a thickie.
It's a big thickie for sure. So last call on all of these turtle items right here. Baxter Stockman is from Turtles in Time, so he's like the pixelated looking one. Everything else is from the cartoon.
When I was a kid, I loved my Wingnut figure. I don't know. I don't have any of these Turtles figures. None of them.
Well, these are the cartoon like model accurate versions, so.
I got that Chrome Dome. That guy's impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause fucking
that's a massive figure.
That thing's huge, man.
Yeah.
I was about to get the Super 7 Metalhead today off of Amazon. But then I watched a bunch of reviews, and that thing is not that great. So I did not get it. So I'm gonna go.
That's the toy accurate one, like the original Playmates toy accurate one.
Yes. But so I'm going to go to Target and just grab the NECA one.
Yeah, which is the cartoon accurate one.
True.
Very different.
I mean, I guess.
Super 7 was at that toy convention that I was at with Russ and
hell yeah.
Because they're in the Bay Area. They're based out of San Francisco.
They didn't have shit. I was like, man, what the hell? I was
they
like,
sell a lot of apparel. I wonder if they'll be at WonderCon tomorrow, because they sell a lot of apparel there.
I was like, man, where's all the new stuff? I was like, I was ready to buy like those Disney figures. Like, I was ready to buy some of the new shit that they had just to, I wanted to buy something, and they didn't have shit.
I was about to buy a lot of those Disney figures today too, and then I was like, this is kind of
the Sorcerer Mickey is hitting already. So yeah, that whole Disney wave, yeah.
Which ones were you going to buy?
Protocol for WonderCon.
What's that, Boog?
I said, what's the whole COVID protocol for WonderCon?
I don't know. I know the vaccine like mandate is being lifted in LA County, but I think technically that's Orange County, which is kind of like the south of Southern California. Like they just
Yep.
don't care about COVID.
The,
They don't believe it
OC doesn't
exists.
give a shit. Neither
Yeah,
does
Orange County's got
Inland,
its own rules, so I'm really not sure.
Orange County and Inland
Regular
Empire
South
don't
Carolina.
give a shit.
Yeah, it's a regular Charleston over there in the city of Orange.
You ever want to go to the Charleston of California? Go to the Inland Empire. Have a great time.
All right, so that's the turtle items. Here's that set. A couple new quick announcements. Defenders of the Earth Wave 2 is coming.
Oh, that's why I put them on here.
Yeah. So we've had Flash
that
Gordon
looks
in a few different forms. We've had the Phantom. We've had Ming the Merciless. Here's Wave 2, as seen in the Defenders of the Earth cartoon, right? We got this guy. His name is Garax. I don't know who he is. He's definitely the odd one out for me.
That's a Garax if I've ever seen one.
That's him. He comes with a gun that you swap onto his hand. He comes with another gun that he holds. We got what's his name? Lothar. This is Lothar. Looking cool. Dope. He's got a grappling hook. Looking jacked.
Is that Walmart?
What is with that face?
I can't remember his name. Never mind.
That is a crazy face.
It's really old looking. Really old looking head sculpt.
Oh Snap in chat is asking, why does the magician come with a blaster and not magical effects? It's for when
it's
he's all out of mana. For when he's all out of mana, but not out of options.
I kind of want this just because it looks like Zatara. Like it looks like
a little bit, yeah,
Zatara.
for sure.
I was thinking that as well. They're just some dude in a suit.
Yeah, with a soft goods cape. After my own heart over here.
Oh,
it's like his name is Michael the Magnificent.
This guy looks like he's gonna sell me a magic card for $500 Pokemon dollars.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I think the answer to that question though is because when they were part of this Defenders of the Earth team, they just all had these blasters. I don't know, because all of them have the same blaster.
Guns, baby. That's what the 80s were all about.
The 80s.
No, that's when he does a magic trick and you like scream out from the audience like, "I know how you did that." Don't. Just kills you.
Yeah, and this is the same kind of blast effect that they had on like the Green Lantern ring. So, I mean, it was clever of them to use those like DC figure molds that they had like for a year for those 2-packs, and they've reused a lot of those parts for these Defenders of the Earth figures. So overall, it's smart reuse, but that reuse pays for the new molds for something like this guy or the Garax. So this Wave 2 is really the most new, as opposed to the Wave 1, which is basically all just on that same body.
Garax.
There we go. Announcement that came today, just real quick one. Alien Spire Team Elite, which is a multiplayer game. It's like an asymmetrical multiplayer game, I think, right? From the people that did that Friday the 13th game and like a few others.
Yeah.
So these are some aliens from that game. Here we go. Just, again, more clever reuse. Get some more aliens out there. Build your hive. We have the Runner alien and the Prowler alien.
Wow.
Very inventive names.
The deepest of pockets when it comes to source material over here.
Pretty much. Listen, they've given Team Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. They're going to get to Aliens Fire Team Elite eventually. They've given you the arcade game. They've given you the arcade game and realistic deco. I mean, what else do you want?
Nothing?
Nothing. I love this top comment. Pred Alien, please? They literally teased the wolf predator from Alien vs. Predator Requiem like 5 years ago, and there's still like no hide or hair of it. Insane. That's the predator that I think a lot of people want. But no, we got to get the original 10 predators from Predator 2 in the new body mold before we get there first. Thanks. All right, that's it for NECA, other than this April Fool's announcement.
Fabio, don't act like somewhere in a box or in some storage somewhere you don't have every alien figure. We didn't forget.
I don't have to act it. It's not true. I don't. Oh, dude, that actually reminds me. I got a DM. I was just checking on, like, you know how on Instagram there's like the filtered ones that are like off to their own side, and I just like
Yes, the
randomly
worst
checked it like
feature
yesterday
ever.
or today, and I saw that I had one from, like, what I thought was 2 weeks ago. It was March 16th on my birthday. He was like, "Hey, do you still have all those NECA Predators?" And I responded to it today after I'd seen it to be like, "Yeah, no, it's pretty well known that I sold all those off. I'm only doing Mezco 112." And he's like, "That's cool, bro, but why are you replying to a DM from 3 years ago?" This dude sent me this in 2019, and it like just got bumped up to the top of my DMs like this week. I don't know what happened there.
Oh
I'm
man,
sorry,
this
bro, but I live in another country now. That was 5
Yeah.
years ago.
that was
Right.
pre-pan. Thanks for replying to this pre-pandemic DM.
Yeah, seriously, like entire lives have changed since then. Yeah, that was funny as hell. Nah, he was cool about it. He's like, yeah, I was like, why are you? He said something like, why are you replying to this like a jabroni? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. That was a real jabroni move. I'm sorry, man. So shout out to that dude. Yeah, that's it for NECA. There was a joking announcement that they were doing like a big, like, giant King Kong, but
Why would
Not
you
true.
joke about stuff people want?
maybe to gauge interest.
Yeah, probably. That's what a lot of
Yeah.
these are.
Right.
Rick is the only other person I know who likes Mega Man as much as I did, but
Well, baby.
those True Force Mega Man figures that are super sick that came out a couple of years ago, that whole thing originated from an April Fool's joke by Capcom. Like, they posted the sketch or key art of that True Force Mega Man design on April Fool's one day, kind of insinuating there's going to be a new Mega Man X game, and then people were hella pressed that it was a joke. and then it just evolved into a figure, which is more than
They're like,
more than
"Fine,
what I
we'll
can
get it
ask for.
done. We'll do it. Don't worry."
I think we had one just very quick McFarlane hit. It
All right,
is
there it is. Next.
Joker, Death of the Family.
This is a half bag.
Yay.
I don't
Yeah,
mind.
and I wanted to bring it up too because look at this cutout work. It's probably digital, but this is
No,
straight
yeah, I
cutout
was
work.
I was gonna bring this up the other day on the.
I actually
Look at this cutout.
actually have this figure. I haven't opened it. I had got a little package from McFarlane a few weeks back. I think I mentioned that.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is one of the ones that I was actually wanted to open, so I probably will.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah. This looks, like I said earlier, I actually don't mind this. I really like the Death in the Family Joker look. It's disgusting. I love it.
That's crazy.
But a different disgusting than
I was gonna say
than Matt Reeves Joker. That guy is
Worse.
I literally cannot find and articulate the words to describe how vile he looks. I don't know. But yeah, Plunderlings. Let's go.
we got a super chat real quick before we fully transition.
Oh, for sure. Tagging on Transmitter hit us with $5. He said, "Hey, anybody into Halo? Like the show? Like the show? Got that 1,000 Toys Master Chief and need some aliens. Jazzware stuff looks whack. First of all, how dare you? And then McFarlane used to have it, right?
Yeah, McFarlane did, but they were like 4-inch.
Yeah, they were really small.
Or maybe
Very
5-inch even. It was like a super weird scale.
Yes, it was a crazy weird scale.
Which was
Remember
fine at the
everybody-
time, because they had been doing like the Walking Dead stuff in that same scale too. Not that they like go together, but they were doing a lot of 5-inch scale stuff at the time, which was actually pretty good. That Halo line was like it was small, yeah, 5-inch weird scale, but it was just small enough that they gave you like vehicles and they gave you the stasis chamber that everybody uses for photography and like all that stuff.
That
It
camera
was
was dope.
it was a good collection for sure.
The little doom buggy, whatever you call that thing, was
Yeah, the
pretty
Warthog.
powerful.
Warthog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not too into the Jazzware stuff either. It does look a little flat, a little retail toy-y. So I would go with the 1,000 Toys Master Chief.
Did we,
As far as aliens, though, yeah, Jazzware may be the only thing in that scale that you can really fudge.
Did we all see the Halo show? At least the first episode.
No.
Fuck no.
No?
I
No.
Hell no.
my interest plummeted to 0 as soon as I saw the reviews of like the first episode.
Really? Okay.
Mine plummeted to 0 when I heard that he took off his helmet the first episode. I was
Same.
like, oh, okay, so the whole point
I
of the character.
actually,
Not interested.
actually didn't even get through the entire first episode. I kind of lost interest
That good,
halfway
huh?
through.
It's like they skipped right to the end of like the Mandalorian's character development, where obviously he takes off the helmet at some point, but it's after like a season of him being conflicted by the idea of it and having to find his own identity outside of the the religion and all that. And I think that from what I've heard, the Halo show is kind of doing that as far as like Master Chief breaking his programming and finding his humanity and stuff. But you got to build up to it. You can't do it first episode, bro.
Yeah, and not just that, but like we see the consequences like of the Mandalorian doing that. His own religion basically telling him to go fuck off. Like, you just beat my champion, now fucking leave. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I might actually finish the first episode at the very least or whatever. But I've been hearing mixed reviews. Some people like it, some people hate it. So
unfortunately, it's not. It doesn't interest me enough to get a subscription to the cock.
True.
Well,
yeah, and
I couldn't have said it any better, Fabio.
Well, I mean, that's what the fans call it. I'm just trying to be one of them.
I will say.
Don't like that.
Go ahead,
Rick.
Rick.
Say, Poncho?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I also don't like that act. Like, I don't believe that actor of a Master Chief. He said some shit on. I don't remember who the fuck it was with, like Collider or like Variety, and I was like, dude, I don't believe you. This sounds like a fucking marketing ploy. He'd put out there that like, yeah, I've had many meetings with Marvel and they've been trying to find me the right role, but we just haven't come on it yet. Like, dude, I don't believe you. There's no way that you of all people, like, yeah, I've had hella meetings with Marvel and they're still looking for the right role for me. We haven't found the right thing. I was like, man, this is
what's homeboy's name? I'm picturing him. I think I am,
he's
but I want to
Liev
be sure.
Shriver's brother.
Yeah, Pablo Shriver.
Pablo, that's his fucking name.
Real quick, while we were on
This guy. Okay, he's the
Porn stash.
yes. Okay, he was in The Town and a bunch of other shit. Okay, got it. He's got a weird kind of overbite thing going, right?
Yeah. On the show Orange is the New Black, his name is Porn Stash.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay. Got it.
I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry, Ponch. Go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick. So Tachyon chimed in again. He said he also discloses that he probably likes the show a lot because he never played the games. Which, hey, for that, I'd say if this is your first introduction to Halo, the show looks serviceable enough. But like, for me personally, as somebody who played the games and was super into the first game and second game, and then got into the books, and then realizing the games are just a watered down version of the books, and now that the show is a watered down version of the games, like, I can't take it anymore. I can't do it.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah.
Well, we were
like
on
I said,
McFarlane, I wanted to bring this up because I sent you guys the link in the chat. This horse from The Witcher Season 2 is up on GameStop.com. It's $40. People are getting it in hand. And I thought it was just going to be the same horse as the Dark Knight Returns, like build a horse. But here's some pictures of it in hand.
Yeah, nice.
They're two completely different horses.
That's fucking Roach, baby.
That's a very odd sculpted horse. I don't know. Doesn't it look odd? Doesn't it look like
Which one?
On the right, it looks like it's a miniature pony that's not miniature or some shit like that.
Yeah, like I could understand the hair being like that because they want to capture movement, but it's like when he does it with figures. Like, if he's not moving, like, it just looks really weird.
I just don't really like the sculpt. They look odd. These are not thoroughbreds here. Mongoloid horse.
Well, here's next to the Mythic Legions.
You gotta stick to the Lord of the Rings ones, huh?
Yeah, Mythic Legions is shitting on this McFarlane horse. Jeez.
Yeah, honestly, it'll do because I just want a horse for Conan, and honestly, I think this will do for me. But I do like that it's a little bit smaller than the Dark Knight Returns one because then it's a little bit close, and even smaller than the Mythic Legions one.
Look at the sculpt. It looks so odd. It looks. I don't know. It looks odd.
This is that meme of like the horse drawing, like where it's like season 1, season 2, Game of Thrones, and then season 4 through 5 are like half drawn. But yeah, I got it. I I think it'll work for me for sure. But I see what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong. It'll work, especially if you would just want to use it for Dark Knight Batman and some like low lit, like dark shots. It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
Right. I was gonna say too. Yeah, I'm gonna get this horse in hand, and his name will be Pai Oh My.
Alright, I like that. That's a winner not that long ago, right?
No, it's the horse from The Sopranos that Tony Soprano buys, and
that's what it is.
Ralph
Pai Oh My.
Cifaretto sets on fire inside of its
Yeah,
stable.
fucking, and then Ralph gets his in the end.
Yeah, he does. But it also comes with a sword, so there's like a sheath for the sword on the saddle. So I'm curious.
How's the horse gonna hold it? Doesn't have any thumbs or fingers.
Damn it! I didn't think of that, Punch.
I mean, I guess once you put it in his mouth. I mean, I guess once a horse gets a grip on something with his teeth, it just never fuking lets go.
I think that's Elden Ring boss, just a massive horse with a giant sword in its mouth.
This is a very odd scope. Even the horse here. First of all, the horse looks like he's like giving Pancho the stone face from his joke or something.
I was just about to say, this horse looks like he can read what I'm saying. Like this horse.
His eyes are supposed to be kind of deadish. That's Roach from The Witcher.
The sculpt kind of looks like this is a human transformed into a horse, and you are kind of looking into its eyes and going like, "You're not really a horse, are you?" There's some sort of spell cast on you, and you've been transmorphed into this.
He thinks he's people.
The comb over is what does it for me.
The comb over is wild.
Selling it. You know what's selling it is that Geralt thinks that he's people.
It's true. That is true.
People tell Geralt all the time, like, "Are you fucking talking to your horse, bro?
You don't?
You don't talk to your fucking horse?"
Yeah, that hair is wild. Go back to the hair. That shit is wild.
That's crazy.
Looks like Minkus from Boy Meets World.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
Where have you been, Minkus? Down the hall. Oh no.
I've been in The Witcher.
But Tachyon's right. It's serviceable for $40. It's better than getting this horse for $100, essentially, because it's $25 a piece for the figures.
Wait till next year. Wait till that 5-pack comes out, baby.
Yeah, and then it'll be an $80 horse, and I'd still rather get the one that's half price.
I think even the Toy Biz horses are probably like $30 to $40. So like you might as well buy this because those Toy Biz ones, those Lord of the Rings ones, they have like action features on the horse's legs. So like one leg is constantly like.
However, even those scopes look a little more succinct.
I'll give you the scopes are better.
More,
the scopes are definitely better than Toy Biz at least.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's just wild to me that for all the crap we give McFarlane, he gave us two completely different horse sculpts here.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm shocked.
Well, hey, to play devil's advocate, I'm not shocked because this guy always gives us new shit.
That's true.
You know what he does? We shouldn't be shocked. Fucking everything's a new sculpt, so he really shouldn't be. Could you know what? Like, I really do wonder the logistics of this guy's brand because everything's a new sculpt, and like we said earlier in the show, every fucking mold is like, if not bigger than the size of a minivan, the size of a minivan. Like, what the fuck does he do? Like, he just destroys molds every day, huh?
Just walks around saying "goddamn minivan," basically.
Crazy.
Goddamn
fully loaded minivans.
Some real Mitchells versus whatever.
All right, well that's enough horse talk. That's enough,
man.
Horse
As
hockey.
McFarlane can do horses fine, just not humans. Incredible. And then let's not gloss over Bo Biggs, the man, the myth, hitting us with 20 earlier in the show as well.
Dude.
Thank you so much, man.
What a beautiful human being.
And thanks to Fat Man as well for hitting us with 2 with that comment too.
Hell yeah, dude.
And we still got to talk about his Moon Knight, or was it Morbius or Moon Knight?
Morbius.
Yeah, no, we will.
Towards the end.
And then real quick to backtrack to Tachyon asking about good aliens. Just look for the older ones. I think Jazzwares did older ones, or Jack Specific did older Halo figures too, and they're pretty big.
Yeah,
they did Halo figures from like Halo 2. Right? What'd you say, Fabio?
where they're like, like from the original game, like
Yes.
as they were coming out. Yeah. Okay.
Those might be harder to track down, but that's the scale you're looking for sure. All right, what's next?
Quick little detour into Plunder Long and Plunder Strongs, fully funded, well on its way, 14 days into these stretch goals. So let's take a look at what's been revealed since. We've seen, the Raiders and the Berserker and the Mango and Captain Ojo. But there's some crazy.
Did they unlock that guy? Did they unlock the big dude with the pirate hat?
They did.
I think so. Yeah,
he's right there.
This guy. Yeah,
like the one I wanted
Captain Lockjack.
That's the one.
Lockjack.
Here's
Poncho's favorite.
No. Don't put that evil on me.
Also, I think we glossed over the fact that these guys have glow in the dark eyes, like all of them do.
Cool.
I thought we mentioned that.
Yeah, let me ask you: does that shit excite you? Glow in the dark stuff?
I like glow in the dark stuff. I think it's cool.
Interesting.
Did I ever tell you guys? God, I hate to go off on a tangent, but did I ever tell you guys that I really wanted this Marvel? I can't even remember what it was. It's a Marvel Legend from a guy on a toy page, like 10 years ago. And I was like, "All right, man, what are you looking for?" And he gave me like random things. He's like, "I want 80s Ghostbusters toys, blah blah blah." And then he messages me, "Oh, and I also want things that glow in the dark." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, just things that glow in the dark." And I was like, "Okay, like I don't have that. I don't have anything."
Well, let me tell you something. As someone who sleeps in my collection room, I like turning off the lights at night and just seeing glow in the dark stuff. It's just like little
eyes watching
things here and there. I don't know.
How many? Hold on. How many stars do you have?
Those glow in the dark stars all over your ceiling and shit like that.
Yeah.
And all types of
Funny you mention that.
I have one of those lights.
Are you also really into lava lamps, or?
My wife bought a whole pack of those glow in the dark stars, and she just assaulted our bedroom with that shit.
Oh no!
And I'm like, why, Rebecca? Why? He's like, you have your toys, so just let me have this. And I go, all right, fair.
Yeah, Poncho, you can have fair. Duckies in the bath, but I can't have stars on the ceiling.
Sure.
Well, here
what's the piece of plunderling?
Here's some of the new stretch goals that are revealed, not quite unlocked yet, but this is what we're on our way towards. We got the Nomad Ponchosi.
That's me.
Whoa, that's Poncho.
It's the Pon Easy.
That's me.
Yeah, you have to order this one now.
Hey, if they want to reach out for some sort of exclusive like marketing deal or whatever, I'm open to all offers, baby.
Yo, I love that these are like, like the cannons on the side of pirate ships, but they just have like handles on them, like he's dual wielding them.
The designs are very, very creative and very cool.
Right. We got a feral 8-ball. This guy likes to party.
Yeah, just what's a couple of 8 balls between a couple of friends, huh?
Yeah, will absolutely become feral off of it. Right.
If this was an animated series, 100% this guy's voiced by Steve Buscemi. No question.
Looks fine to me.
Looks fine to me.
Here's another Drench Kickstarter exclusive. This guy is Ursula.
This guy's crazy.
Absolutely.
This is something that I would never, ever buy, but I would admire.
This glow in the dark. He looks like he glows in the dark.
I think the eyes do.
Bro,
but yeah,
they're missing an opportunity to not making that whole dude glow in the dark.
Yeah,
for real. He's translucent, but yeah.
Let me hit up that guy from 10 years ago. Tell him we got a good one for you, bud.
And then some new add-ons.
The plot twist is that guy from 10 years ago is the guy that was in Fabio's DM.
All about the predators and glowies.
Okay, so these are some of the new add-ons that were unlocked. This one was already done. This is like the extra little body you can put the extra heads on, which is clever.
So
extra heads and hands, actually, which is awesome. We got some boom crates.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so these go inside of like the cannons, as far as stuff that they fire. But I think something that's pretty clever about it. Here they go. There's the animation for it.
Okay.
The ball goes on the end of it, and you could even put the 8-ball with like a long neck extension inside of it, so it looks like one of the ferals is getting fired out of the cannon.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. That is very cool.
Here it is again. I think that's super fun. You can also put the coconuts on their heads. Like it's the same ball
coconut
joint.
head action.
You can do some coconut.
head.
It's a coconut head.
Different combinations of resting and firing different types of cannonballs. Here's him coming out of the cannon.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
I hope they'll do other. I hope they'll do that. That add-on piece, that neck piece, in different colors too.
Yeah,
Like, not just the 8-ball color.
I would imagine that's to come with more unlocks.
Hopefully.
Here's some
muscle
more
crate.
walloping hands. Here's some. Oh, these are
Wait,
these hands.
pinkies
Here
up.
they
Are we
in action.
talking about pinkies up?
Let's go. Nothing but the
Pinkies up
finest.
action. Look at that. So you can hold those
my-
flagons in their hands. That's sick.
Pinkies up. That's very fancy.
Here's a new leather crate with leather item because Dad likes leather.
I want something that says "Daddy loves leather."
Yeah. Well, here you go, Punch.
Any Discord kittens are we getting with this set?
And I think this includes these are gloves. Okay, so these are like leather gloved hands. Okay, we got some OJ action here as well. Very cool.
Shout out to his take on the Will Smith story, huh?
Talk about somebody that shouldn't be talking.
Right.
Hello,
Twitter world.
Twitter world. If it would have been me, I'd have been in jail for the rest of my life. Like you should be, pal.
What?
Shouldn't be, pal.
Like Will Smith up there went and stole some of his memorabilia at gunpoint.
Jesus Christ.
He had to.
Okay,
He had to have been like laughing to himself before hitting send on that shit. Like, y'all want to see some fucked up shit? Check this out.
Hey guys, it's Juice here.
Well, to be fair, he was fiscally responsible for those wrongful deaths.
You can only hope.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't think he's paid anything to the family yet. I think they've been like entangled in some whole other court battle about him making a payment or whatever. I don't think he's ever paid anything.
I like.
Oh,
I
he's
like
busy
the way
tweeting.
I like the way that you brought that back to the Will Smith story, entangled, huh?
Yeah.
Plus
Go,
move.
let's go.
So here's where we're at right now. We got we're at 138, 148. What was it? Yeah, 148. So the next one we have to unlock would be at 160, 150, and that's the muscle crate. Some big muscle hands, muscle stuff.
Mhm.
So what they've revealed so far is up to this leather crate. We haven't seen these last three yet, but here's the silhouettes for them. We got an iron crate, and we got the Plunder Long and Plunder Strong cursed.
And even more, I love that they've got a lot of stretch goals and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yep.
very that's appealing. That's fun. That's what really makes people get on board with this. Even though I will not be buying any of these.
I'm buying a couple.
I just hope that the $10 I pledged because I believe in the project will go towards unlocking these.
For that $10, you get a stern thank you, Fabio. So you got your money's worth.
Yeah.
of shit.
You
I get a note that says, "You sure you don't want something?"
Hey, you know what? I mean, as a podcast, we could make a little donation just for the project, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
Boog, I'll gladly take those figures. Thank you so much for suggesting that.
Honestly, it's a really cool campaign. I like the Plunderlings as well. I think all of it is cool. It just doesn't fit in with my collection. So
But you don't have any, right?
no.
I think it's worth getting at least one. At least one.
You know what? I am so lying. I do actually have one of these.
This
I
guy.
didn't.
Oh.
I didn't open it. Shout out to my man Jose because he actually gave me one as a gift, but I didn't open it and I totally forgot. It's in a little area where it's a bunch of shit that I haven't opened yet. I got to go look at it.
I encourage you to open it, Boog.
All right.
I will say
No, they're
what-
fantastic. I've seen them in photos. I honestly really do like them. It's just I need stuff that goes with what I already have, and this was its own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's my major thing too. The whole canon thing kind of like piqued my interest a little bit right now, but yeah, these are so like far out there and not in tune with anything that I have going on. So
At
For sure.
the very least, I'm gonna buy one of the big guys. I might even buy two.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the big guys for sure. It's on lock. I definitely want the poncho one for sure.
The Nomad, yeah, he's not unlocked yet, but he is close. I've no doubt it'll get there.
Yeah, I don't doubt it either.
Kind of want Poncho, and I want that fucking Drench one. I want
Yeah,
the hentai
anything?
one.
Yeah, the drench ones are probably my favorite. This one here. Trying to get drenched, bro.
Oh my god.
Nani?
All right, we got to get out of here. What's next?
I believe that's it for topics. We can get into
Tight.
some after show
All right,
business.
good night. Hey, welcome to the after show.
Hey, what up?
So
Made it.
WB.
we've waited too long. We've kept our fan base waiting with bated breath. We need to talk about
They're
Morbius immediately.
They are frothing at the mouth.
Wait, who's seen it out of the crew? Just Rick and P. That's it.
I didn't see it. I'm
Oh,
watching
I
it today.
No, it's just Poncho, but he's gonna have to really like foot the bill on this one because I mean,
All right. Sell it to
I'm
us.
so excited for this film. Like I've been since 2005. I've been waiting for this type of movie for a living vampire to play a character named Morbius.
I think Pancho even has a script ready.
Sure.
Yeah, so
I
Poncho,
absolutely do.
let us know what are your thoughts on this film?
So
Let's go.
I saw Morbius last night, 6 p.m. on the big screen. First of all, what a ride. From the first scene to the last, I was occupying simply the last 10% of my seat on the edge the entire time. From the pacing to the performance, the airtight plot and masterful storytelling, I knew I was watching my movie of the year for sure, without a question.
Excellent.
Jared Leto simply produces a performance for the ages. Every single second this actor is on screen, it simply bleeds passion. Dare I say even more passion, surpassing his Joker role in the critically acclaimed Suicide Squad.
Academy Award winning Suicide
Absolutely.
Okay.
Award nominated? Maybe? I don't know.
Squad. I think it won.
It won the People's Choice.
True.
It won my
Maybe a
heart.
Nickelodeon Kids Award somewhere. I don't know. The wide spectrum of emotions Jared is able to display with just the most subtle of nuances is simply breathtaking. You can practically see the ghosts of his haunting past beaming through his eyes every time he delivers his lines. Let's not gloss over the pacing and the storytelling either. Every single loose end in the movie is perfectly tied up in a bow as tight as the plot itself. Scenes and story beats dance around each other as they are perfectly woven into one of the most thrilling, cohesive, and easy to understand stories I've ever had the pleasure of enjoying in a packed theater, ass to elbow in this place last night. An absolute must see in theaters.
Oh shit, P.
So yes, suffice it to say, out of every movie I've seen this year, Morbius was definitely one of them for sure.
How was the MCU connection?
Oh my god. It's as if it was planned from the beginning. Kevin Feige must have been dreaming of this as a boy. And then let's not forget earlier in the show, Fat Man hit us with $5. He said, I saw Morbius today. I wish I hadn't. I really wish I hadn't. One of the other two people in the theater let out an audible groan. You must have been
Poncho?
You must have been in the multiverse, my friend, because you definitely did not watch the same Morbius I saw in my universe.
Oh man. It was that bad, huh? Fuck.
It was incredible.
No, I won't hear it. Listen, I've been so anticipating this film. As someone who didn't even see Venom or Venom Let Them Be There Be Carnage, I think this is probably peak Sony Marvel. The Spumsy, as I call it, the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
Punksy.
Spumsy. It's not the MCU, it's the Spumsy.
I will say, and this is no joke, I enjoyed it more than Venom 2.
That's a rave review if I've ever heard one.
I actually
I'm
haven't
looking
even.
up tickets right now. Fandango.
You said you haven't seen Venom 2?
No, I haven't seen that yet. What's the Rotten Tomatoes score on Morbius here?
16%.
It's fluctuating between 30 and 40%.
Wow. Flip it upside down and you got the right score, baby.
Oh
Much like
no.
this film, it turned everything I knew about the MEU on its head. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, Venom 2 is a definite must miss for sure.
A must miss.
Give us the spoilers on the after credits.
True. I'm sure nobody really cares, but I'll throw the spoiler tag up anyway. You know, I know we discussed this earlier in the pre-show. Yeah, it was just okay. I mean, I don't know. It's just okay. You know, I've been saying all day that it was just barely okay. It's just okay. I don't know. So the spoiler review for the end credits, it's so weird. I was talking to Rick about it earlier. It really feels like last year or 2 years ago, like Sony and Marvel definitely had some sort of agreement, and then somebody just backed out, dude. Like Disney just said, nah. I don't I'm good, because like the end credit scenes don't really make a lot of sense. It's really strange. So like usually at the end of like these comic book movies, my wife will ask me like a bunch of questions. She's like, "Oh, I heard you I heard you make comments at this part of the movie. Like, what was that? What was the connection or whatever?" And then like we'll usually talk about it for like an hour or so. And then she was like, "Yeah, what? The end doesn't really make sense. Like, am I missing something?" And I'm like, "Nah, dude, that shit just doesn't make sense." It's really strange. So, this is your last warning for spoilers for Vulture. Shit. You
son of a bitch.
Last warning from Morbius. At the end of the movie, Vulture shows up, right? So there's two end credit scenes. They do like the credits roll, and then I think it maybe just it does like the title cards for like Jared Leto and like the top billing cast, and then it shows the title screen again, and then it's the first end credit scene, which is this really weird, like cut up, just like quick scenes of Vulture, Adrian Toomes just showing up in that universe, right? So he shows up in that universe in the same effect as everybody else was disappearing at the end of No Way Home, kind of like in that white, golden, like ethereal type light, kind of like consuming them or whatever. He shows up like that in the Morbius universe. And then it's typical like exposition told through news stories and headlines and stuff. And they're just basically saying like a man named Adrian Toomes appears in a prison cell, and we have no idea who this man is. So he's not under arrest anymore, so we let him loose or some shit like that. And then it cuts to that, right? It cuts after that. And then the second after credits starts with Morbius driving like this sports car. First of all, at the end of the movie, this man is a wanted felon. Where the fuck did you get a sports car from? Anyway, that's beside the point. But he's following his GPS to an undisclosed location, aka parts unknown, and he meets up with Adrian Toomes in his Vulture shit, and not just you would think it's Vulture, like he remade his wings out of material that exists in this universe or whatever. Nah, dude, it is the exact same wings and the same model as his MCU wings, his like flight suit and whatever. Where the fuck did he get that from? Like, where the fuck did you get that from?
I heard
he appeared in his universe, right? Yeah, that's why.
I heard the only thing he changed was his mask, and it looks better. Is that true?
It looks more Vulture-esque. I will give them that. Like it looks like it's more. It comes to a point like a beak more, which is cool, I guess. You know, it would have been really sick if they used the model.
But what's the whole like? Why did we establish that Morbius is a villain in this? Or like,
Well,
why
so
are they meeting up?
it's
What was
interesting. So like they meet up, and then he's like, yo, what's up, Morbius? I've been trying to get a hold of you. I saw you in a magazine, and I've been trying to get a hold of you. Glad I did. And then Morbius is like, all right, very confused, much like me in the theater. And he's like, I have no, Vulture's like, I have no idea how I got here. I think it has something to do with Spider-Man. Of course, logically, Morbius should be going, what the fuck are you talking about? Who is Spider-Man?
Right.
And he's like, I think I got here because of Spider-Man. I'm thinking about getting together a bunch of guys just like us. Maybe we can do some good. What does that fucking mean? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Who wrote that?
So people
basement of future spin-offs like in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
So people are, once again, the mental gymnastics are in full effect, right? People that are defending this film, which it does deserve defending, first of all.
Somebody's got to go up and
So people are saying that, like, the director did say in an interview that Spider-Man does exist in this universe. The movie implies that it's the same universe as Venom because the detectives who are investigating like the mystery aspect of the film mention like the Venom incident in San Francisco. Also, Tyrese is a detective in this movie. What the fuck? Like
Tyrese?
Yeah.
Wait, did we know that Tyrese was in a movie beforehand? We did. We just didn't know what role he was playing, right?
Yeah. Well, the best part was that Tyrese wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. He's like, "Yeah, that's right. I finally joined the Marvel universe," and it was to be some random detective. Like it was.
Oh, no.
Well, to be fair, I think he's like the commissioner. Maybe, I don't know, or he's like a high-ranking detective because him and his partner are just like, well, he's not the commissioner because he has a partner, but like him and his partner are just like everywhere, and it's interesting. Anyway, but like that didn't make sense, and you know what? At least they kept it consistent because a lot of shit in that movie did not make a lot of sense. It's really strange.
It consistently didn't make sense. Okay.
Yeah. Let me. I don't.
Okay, because I know all this because I'm not watching this movie. I've seen all the spoiler videos about it, and it just from what you're describing, what those videos describe, it just completely like disregards the rules of the No Way Home spell. As far as the spell is everybody who knows who Peter Parker is Spider-Man, everybody who knows that is coming and converging onto this universe, right? And then at the end of it, when the spell is broken, everybody forgets that they know who Spider-Man is and gets sent back to their universe, right?
Sure.
So how does Adrian Toomes, who figured out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man in Homecoming, get sent away to a different universe and still knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man or that he has a vendetta against Spider-Man altogether?
Well, the villains.
How about this? Why didn't we see Vulture and No Way Home is the better question, really. Like,
right, because apparently he got sent here.
The villains all still know who Spider-Man is and that he's their enemy. They just don't know he's Peter Parker.
True. Yes. And I think they remember everything that happens while he has the mask on. And Vulture was fighting Spider-Man with his mask on for a majority of the movie.
I think the director of No Way Home said, like, well, what does this mean for Endgame? And they're like, oh, well, all they know is that it was Spider-Man. They don't know any memory of him without a mask in any moment is like turned into him wearing a mask.
Oh, interesting.
They just don't know. They just know that it's Spider-Man. They don't know anything else whatsoever.
So Rick and I were discussing this earlier today as well. The whole movie is cut up really strange. Like, things that you think they would show, they do not show. So the only explanation I have of it is when the first trailer came out, there's a scene with like Adrian Toomes talking to Morbius, and it looks like they're both like detained and they're both getting transferred, right?
In the trailer.
Yes. So that scene from the trailer, it's not the exact scene, but something from that day on set, I would assume, appears in this after credit scene, right? So I believe that Adrian Toomes was probably in this movie a little bit more than just the end credit scene originally. I think that this movie at some point was probably closer knit to the MCU than anything. And then after seeing how it turned out and after seeing what it looks like, Disney kind of pulled the plug on that, and they're like, no, you guys kind of got to step back. Like we can let you guys in like the back door with this like multiverse like sky crack thing or whatever, but this can't be in the MCU or anything. And then because this movie was also delayed like a year, I think, and they had to do like mad reshoots too. So I think that's around the time where they kind of like shifted gears and stuff, because there's a lot of stuff in this movie that really is indicative of like later on you'll probably hear like the director talking about like we really had to cut up a lot of stuff and change some storylines and stuff, like the same way how like Falcon and Winter Soldier felt like a little uncohesive at times because they had to cut out an entire storyline and they kind of had to like dance around different things here and there. I kind of feel like that's what's happening with this movie too. There's like this, I just don't even know. There's me and my wife recognize that the way it's shot. So the main villain is like a childhood friend of Morbius, right?
Doctor Who.
Yeah, Doctor Who. They both have the same like blood disease or whatever, where they can't like walk right or whatever. First of all, I'm not saying whatever because I'm disregarding the name of this disease. They literally do not mention the name of this disease in the movie at all. So
We're just like, oh, that condition you have.
It's really strange. But so after they're like grown up, and then the main villain, sorry, spoilers, the main villain like is a vampire too. Like the shots always linger on his tennis shoes. It's the weirdest thing. Like a scene will just be playing out like a normal scene, and then the camera will pan down and just hang on his tennis shoes. So me and my wife have this theory that like there's this whole like childhood storyline that they cut out where he's like, one day I'm gonna wear tennis shoes, I'm gonna walk with I'm gonna run and shit. Like, because there's no reason that they hang on tennis shoes for so many scenes. It's crazy. First of all, why not just cut that? Like, it's crazy. There's this also there's another scene where Morbius is like basically learning that he can like not fly, but he can like glide on like slipstreams and stuff, right? And it's in the subway. And like the subway, he can like, he's using like echolocation and seeing like the slipstream of the subway coming out of the tunnel. But like the scene starts, first of all, it's shot all in slow motion. Let me tell you, man, it's no secret, I liked the Snyder Cut. I like Zack Snyder Justice League movies, and I like his use of slow motion. There is so much slow motion in this movie. It is unbelievable. And it is, they do like the whole like ooh kind of slow motion where it's like to highlight like a specific like move someone is doing in a fight scene. It is too much in this movie. So when he's learning how to fly, or when he's realizing that he can glide on slipstreams, it's in the subway. The main villain is running towards him, and then the train is like kind of coming into focus behind the main villain, right? They hang on this dude running in slow motion for too long. Like, you might think like 5 seconds is too long to hang on this one scene of this guy running in slow motion and a train emerging from a tunnel. It hangs for like 15 seconds of this guy just running in slow motion. It's like hilarious. There are so many. It's so funny that Fat Man said that he heard somebody groan in the theater. I literally groaned in the theater multiple times. There's this part where Morbius is getting interrogated, and like he's kind of fiending. He's at the end of his last feeding or whatever, and he's like fiending for like blood, right? And then the Tyrese and his funny partner are like interviewing him. And they're like, "What's going on with you? Like, why do you got like the crack shakes or whatever?" They don't say that, but like he's just like shaking and whatever. And he's like, I'm hungry, man. I'm just hungry." And he looks at them, first of all, dead serious, and goes, "And you won't like me when I'm hungry."
Oh,
No.
Yo, I couldn't believe it.
oh my God. Who wrote that?
Okay. I have a question though, Pancho. Speaking of the feeding, because I saw the Jeremy Johns review, and he makes mention of the fact that every time he drinks this like synthetic blood or whatever, it's like he's doing the same video game animation
Yeah.
for it every time.
Yo, it's so funny. It's so crazy because he'll go like that, and it really does feel like an animation cycle on loop. It's so funny you talk about that.
Like a cutscene in a video game, you mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like when they just he always does it like the same. It's almost like they just filmed them all back to back, one after each other, and then they just like inserted it in different points of the film.
oh no,
It's crazy. And like, I was talking with David Walton and Rick and
He's got great takes on stuff like this.
Yeah, well, he was saying that like I was talking about like so first of all, if in case you haven't noticed, the review I read earlier is the exact opposite of how I felt about the movie, of course. But like Jared Leto's performance in this movie is just like, it's not bad. It's just like he phoned it in. It's really weird. Like nothing he said, I believed. Like it literally felt like he was just like a minute before rolling, he was just reading the script. Like, all right, okay, I'm hungry. You won't like me when I'm hungry. All right, tight. And like, there's this like really supposedly emotional scene where he's talking to like the love interest and whatever, and I'm just watching this guy and I'm like, this dude's fucking lying to you, man. He'll say fucking anything at this point. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy like how phoned in his whole performance is in this. It's wild. There's people are saying it's like the worst Marvel movie. It's close, dude. I will say though, I did mean it. I did like this movie more than Venom 2. Of course, that's not a very high bar at all.
Right.
Where does Thor 2 fit into all this? I have no idea.
There's no way Thor 2 is worse than this.
So it's interesting because like Thor 2 is just boring, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Thor 2 isn't a bad movie. It's just really boring.
It's just boring, and like, this is, I don't know. I would say this is worth watching when it comes to streaming, and it's free. And you can just like watch it and just roast it with like a couple of friends or whatever.
I will wait for that. Yeah.
Well, the worst part is that Sony movies don't really go on streaming.
True, they really don't.
I think Sony has a deal with USA Network. So I don't think any Spider-Man is on any streaming service whatsoever because they have a deal with USA Network, I believe.
That's why I haven't seen Venom and Venom 2 is because they just haven't been up on streaming, and I don't even care to pirate them.
Yeah.
You know what? Venom 1, it was so funny because when it first came out, I'm sure people could go back to the podcast and listen. I fucking hated it. And then I watched it a second time and I was like, wow, okay, this movie's actually good. And then I watched Venom 2 and I said, well, this is terrible.
Fat Man hit us with $5. He said, it felt very Holly Berry Catwoman to me. I kept waiting for Morbius to play basketball and show off his powers to some sexy copy.
No way.
Yeah, it's so funny. There is this really funny, not funny. It's just weird.
Hold on. I want to go back to the whole slipstream shit though. Like, why in a tunnel though? Why wouldn't he be like?
Well, so to the movie's credit, when he first, but like he's escaping from the cops earlier in the movie, and like he goes to the top of the skyscraper he's in, right? And then he starts getting like whisked away by the current coming up the side of the skyscracer and the top of the skyscraper too. So it is foreshadowed at least earlier before the subway thing. But like, yeah.
And I mean, still, like what type of crazy? Is it the wind current from the trains? Because I mean, the tunnel's underground.
Yeah, I think it's the wind being pushed out. It's a very like small pocket of wind right before, like at the front of the train coming out of the tunnel. Dude, I don't fucking know. Like, there's no sense. You'll drive yourself nuts trying to make logical sense of this movie.
I'm really just trying to like make sense of some shit that just doesn't make sense. So it's all good. All right.
It's crazy. So like, the last thing I'll say is, a lot of stuff in this movie has no build up. Like, there's no build up to the payoff, right? When he first transforms into Morbius, he's literally getting injected by like the serum, and he's like, again, having the crack shakes, strapped down in a chair, and then they cut to a reaction of the woman that's there with him, and they cut back to him, and then he's not in the chair anymore. And then they cut back to like another reaction, and then all of a sudden this motherfucker's on the ceiling upside down, already transformed. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
It even took Peter a whole day to feel some shit. It took this man taking a cold nap in a very itchy looking blanket.
Yeah, it's wild. And that the first like fight scene where he fights like all these guards or whatever, like after he transformed, is really whack. It's just like a worse version of Edward Norton's Hulk scene where he beats up all the guards in the soda plant. And at least that one was like, for the time, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Right.
But this is like,
so
this is not good.
Like a 2008, like a early to mid 2000s level superhero film is what I'm kind of gathering from all of this. And that said, I'm excited to see it. I booked my tickets. I'll be there tomorrow. Can't wait to see this. Honestly, one of my most anticipated films of this year, which is saying a lot because it is a stacked year for comic book films. Not quite so much now that DC moved all of them to 2023, despite 2022 is the year of DC films.
Hell yeah.
No, next month. Next month is Multiverse.
That's
yeah,
true.
you're right. Well, we got Moon Knight keeping us afloat for the next 5 weeks now. Well, 6 counting this one, but yeah, it's a 6-episode series.
What is it with Marvel and making less and less episodes every fucking time?
Right?
What's going on over there?
That's such a strange number to land on too. 6 episodes. Like I don't know. That seems very strange.
Hopefully that means it like won't have like a lot of filler. Like every episode will actually kind of matter.
I mean, like I said, we did see him in full costume at the end of the first episode. So, and that didn't seem like it was forced in any way. I thought the episode had pretty good pacing. So,
I will say, even though I know it was supposed to be like an Anubis jackal or whatever.
Jackal? It's a
It kind of had like a werewolf vibe to it, right? Which is a callback to his original appearance. As far as
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right.
I thought that was really cool.
I only had 2 issues with Moon Knight. Number 1 was the terrible accent, but that's just a personal thing. I told David Walton I watch a lot of British television, so I know the accent well, so I don't like it. And number 2 was that we get this build up to him being in the suit, and then when we finally see him in the suit, we don't see the fight. We just see the classic like, boom, monsters thrown out of the room. Like, what?
That's a little taste, baby.
Yeah, we've seen him punch him like 2 or 3 times, and like
punches and shit.
We saw the snake flying.
I wanted the full fight, baby. I got this whole build up, the whole episode, just for you to be like, boom, threw him out of the room.
I thought it was Dewey Cox in there throwing things out of the bathroom.
Dewey Cox.
No Walk Hard fans, huh? All right. Well,
so Moon Knight was pretty good. Morbius was terrible. Any other things that we saw this past week or that we want to talk about that were good? We talked about Halo a little bit. You guys,
I don't know who is watching it, but Superman and Lois continues to be like decently pretty solid. Honestly, like I'm actually kind of digging Superman and Lois.
That is,
they're doing. They did Bizarro, right? They kind of thought that they were doing Doomsday at first, but it turns out that they were doing Bizarro. Now they're kind of doing like a Reign of the Supermen thing going on. Because not to even like spoil too much, but like in kind of the 90s Superboy outfit. He kind of shows up at the end of this last episode with like a leather jacket and red pants, and I'm like, oh,
The Metropolis
where are they going with
Kid?
this? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely got its CW-ness to it, but it's overall pretty solid.
I started and finished Ranking of Kings in one day.
What was that?
Please tell me it was good. Everybody keeps telling me to watch it.
Oh my god, Ranking of
What is
Kings is so it's a cartoon, you don't care.
All right.
It's an anime. Rick, this is easily in my top 5 animes of all time right now. It is
That's
so
what everybody's
good.
saying. I hear it's like exciting but wholesome. I really gotta watch
Yes.
it.
It's wild, dude. The first half of the show, you will literally just spend like feeling sad and crying the entire time. It's incredible. It's the greatest shit ever. Just because like the main character is so like
Boji, right? That's his name?
yeah, Boji is his name. Like he's so like endearing, and he like everything he does is like very wholesome and stuff. He's like he is it's so funny because like he is on paper he is so much like a cookie cutter main, like just your average shonen main character, right? Like but just there's different like subtle nuances to his character that make him not like that, where he doesn't fit that mold. First of all, so like the main consensus of the story is like it's a story set in like I don't even know what to call this time period. Like Elden Ring. That's like the kind of the setting. It's like kings and shit. And Fabio's eyes immediately light up.
I'm just waiting for us to finish so I can go finish the Academy of Rhea Lucaria.
Excuse me. So, it's set in that time period, like around kings and knights and stuff like that. And the story centers around Boji, who is a prince, and he is a prince. His mother and father were both giants, and but there's this curse that affected him, right? Where his dad, the king, wanted to be the most powerful person in the world, so he made like a pact with like a demon. But in order to become the most powerful person in the world, he had to. It's not like they can take strength and create strength from nothing. So he had to take the strength from his firstborn son, which is Boji. So this prince that was supposed to be born like this very powerful giant is born like this very small, infantile, like runt of the litter type dude. And he has zero strength, like no strength at all. He's almost like his growth is stunted. He can't talk. He's also deaf. So like he communicates through like non-verbal words or whatever, but he'll like grunt and like nod and stuff like that. And he knows sign language too. So like you can understand what he's saying like in the show, but it's usually told through other characters. But the show is about him wanting to be a king, right? Like there's this whole like ranking system of like who is like the best king in like the world or whatever. And there's also like fantastical parts. Obviously there's giants, so like there's magic in this world and stuff. And the main story is about him wanting to be the number one king. The first season doesn't even touch on that. It's like a personal story of Boji growing as like a character. It's really cool because like he has no strength at all, but he's also like a tactical like genius as well. So like he's very well trained. He's very fast and he maneuvers very fast. So like you can't catch him like in a fight, but even if there is, and when he eventually finds an opening to strike you, he has no strength. So he does basically no damage. So the story is about him trying to find his own fighting style or whatever. It's really wholesome because like, of course, like a character like that has a lot of hardships. They talk about that. His like best friend in the show also has like a very like spotty and like broken past like that. So that's a really cool aspect of the show. And then the most interesting thing, which I really think that you would enjoy, Fabio, or anybody else on the panel would enjoy, is like there's almost like a political like drama aspect of this show. Like there are so many like heel turns and like fake heel turns in this show where it's just like the entire time you're looking at a character, they are painted in some sort of way, and then by the end of the season, like it's completely flipped around. Some characters that you think are like enemies become allies and vice versa. People go through like whole character arcs. It's incredible. It's like a lot of like royal family political drama happening in it too, in terms of like people like stealing the throne and stuff like that. It's really tight. So that is a really great show.
What platform is this on?
It's on Funimation. You can watch the entire thing for free on Funimation.com, or I think it's Crunchyroll. I think they're the same company now.
I was about to say, Funimation is about to not exist, like pretty much at any day now.
Hell yeah. And then it's so funny because Funimation, you can watch the entire thing for free, right? But it's like the first 3 or I think the first 5 episodes are like the free episodes, and then you're kind of like, then they take something away for the rest of the show to entice you to pay for their premium thing. They take away the English dub, which is hilarious to me because I will never fucking touch the English dub of this show. So I'm like, oh, sick. This means nothing to me. I'll just watch the whole I've been watching the whole shit in Japanese anyway, so it doesn't even matter to me. So it's great. Definitely watch that. The reason I bring that up is because I thought I had pre-ordered the figure when it came out, anticipating that I knew I would love this show based on just the design of the main character. I checked everywhere, and I did not pre-order this guy. And it was only today that he went up on Amazon for the US release, and I immediately grabbed him. So very excited.
What company though?
SHF.
Oh, it's SHF. All right.
Yeah, SHF, right. And then Nendroid is making one.
That's cool.
Anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of TV, movies?
I can't believe that Pancho watched this first over Jujutsu Kaisen.
Well, I've seen. Sorry, I'm drinking water. I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but like I roasted it the entire time, so maybe I need to watch it again for sure.
You were watching it like on a riff tracks.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not a superhero show, but is anybody checking out Winning Time: The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty?
Oh, I didn't even know that started already.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It took me a couple episodes to like really like get into it, but it's like pretty fantastic. Okay. It's shot like it seems like it's shot on like actual film. It almost has like very documentary-esque like camera angles, almost like The Office, like that type of like mockumentary style.
Mm-hmm.
But there's even like moments where characters like speak to camera. So it has this weird kind of half series, half mockumentary style to it, and apparently it caused a bunch of drama between.
About to say
Will
that
Ferrell
was
and Adam McKay, because Will Ferrell wanted to play Jerry Buss, who is played by John C. Reilly on the show, and he's like amazing.
Why do they call him the Bus?
What's his last name?
No, he's afraid to fly.
I know that was a quote from The Office, but
right. Why do they call him the Bus?
They call you the Bus
because he's afraid to fly.
But yeah, it's really good. I mean, I'm not even a basketball guy like that, whatever they call themselves, but it's good. It's just like shot really well, and John C. Reilly's great, and the dude who plays Magic Johnson is like really good. The dude who plays Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is really good, bro. There's even a scene of them shooting airplanes. So you see the dude who plays Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the pilot in the movie Airplane.
Oh my god!
It's a recreation of that, and it's just so meta and so good. Like you all should check
that's
it out.
interesting. Is Magic Johnson like an executive producer on this or some shit? Is he involved in any way?
I don't know, because they do kind of make him out to be a little bit of a lady tail chaser, if you will.
Whoa.
He's a bit of a Lothario, you know what I mean?
I think that is a known fact.
Yeah.
But
right. So I'm wondering. I really don't know. I didn't check the credits like that, but it's written, produced by Adam McKay, and Adam McKay, obviously was like a long time collaborator with Will Ferrell. They did like the Step Brothers and all that stuff together, but their relationship exploded over this show because Will Ferrell wanted to play Jerry Buss, and Adam McKay was like, no, it has to be John C. Reilly. And so it was worth the cost of their relationship because it's a really good show.
It also didn't help that like when I was reading interviews, like the way that Will made it seem was that like Adam didn't take him seriously. Like, yeah, man, I don't think you can play a serious role like that. So
Yeah, something like that
John,
for sure.
I want John to do this. And then apparently, like the way that they ended the conversation was like, well, let's put that to the side, like, and we'll handle this later. And then all of a sudden, it was just announced that John was hired.
I see.
Will was like, "Fuck this! Like, I'm not doing shit with this dude no more."
That's,
Like,
right.
That's some real Hollywood shit, actually. So
For sure. But final product, pretty damn worth it. It's really good.
this was worth
I'll
the
checking it out.
fallout.
I'll check it out on your recommendation though, for sure.
Yeah.
I started watching this cult documentary on HBO about the Heaven's Gate.
Oh
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah, my mom was telling me about that. It's fascinating. Yo, to this day, the most high valued Nike sneakers in the entire Nike sneaker catalog are like
for sure.
the Heaven's Gate shoes that everybody like was wearing when they all mass suicide. It's continued after that point.
They all bought like new Nikes and shit when they checked out.
Yeah,
So that model
the
is
Nike
discontinued after that.
the Nike Air Decade.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have those shoes.
Really? Oh man, I gotta get them.
Because you know what, they're being found in the only place you would find them, at thrift stores.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I know a lot of people that have them, because that's the only place that you would find them is a thrift store.
Yeah, if you find some 10.5 11s, let me know.
I got you, man.
Jeez.
All right. What about any interesting pickups we want to share before we get up out of here?
Real quick before we pop into pickups, Kyle Howes hit us with $10. Way back when we were talking about Morbius, he said, "What's up, y'all? Went to buy a ticket for Morbius for tomorrow night, and my bank declined it because they thought it was fraud. Clearly, my bank makes better decisions than I do. Incredible.
Nobody would pay to see this."
Oh,
That's
shit.
awesome. Good looking
Incredible.
out on that bag, honestly. Thank you.
I got a lot of stuff this week. I got Black. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say, as far as shows, Cap Lives is mentioning that Young Justice came back this week,
Hell yeah.
and Young Justice, man. Oh, what have they
Watch
done?
cartoons?
Yeah, you watch cartoons? What's going on?
It's a nostalgia thing for me because obviously I watched like the first 2 seasons in like 2012 when they were on
True.
Cartoon Network and stuff. So I've been watching as they come out on HBO. I didn't watch it when it was on like DC Universe, but once they were on HBO, I'm like, yeah, I'll check them out just to see like, the continuation of the story, And I mean, not even to be like that guy, but it's just like overly woke. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it kind of beats you over the head with it. I was telling my roommate about it because I'm watching these last few episodes and I'm like, what are they? Where's like the action? Where's like the shit that matters? Like they're trying way too hard to like, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's really weird. It's got.
I haven't watched the newest episodes because I didn't even know that it was back. They do such a terrible job promoting shit over at
Yeah,
WWE.
really. I only know that it was back because it said like it was like in my list or whatever, and it's queued up, and it's like, hey, here's your next episode, and I'm like, okay, cool. But I don't know, man. It's too, I guess, like political. Like they're trying too hard to like, make it concurrent with like world events. So I remember in season 3 they had Lex Luthor being like, this is fake news, and you'll never guess who was president during that time. But like, I don't know. It's just a little ham-fisted, and it doesn't. I guess the dialogue tries too hard to sound like it's normalizing a lot of the stuff it's talking about, but it just comes off as like really, really beating you over the head with it. And like, there's a way to do it better, and this is just not it.
And I never, being honest with you, I never felt that way. The only thing I fucking hated was being on Mars.
The Mars stuff was.
I thought that was so. Because I've read and watched so much DC that like when I see Luthor as the president and G. Gordon Godfrey as like fucking what's his
Bill
name,
O'Reilly?
Alex, like Alex or like Bill O'Reilly, like it makes sense to me because that's what he's always been. But I could see what you're talking about. But I've never noticed it that way. Just because, like I said, he's always like that, Mr. on the news sucking all the villains off and hating on the heroes.
But then there's
Type
like
shit.
the forager character who refers himself in the third person and refers to everybody by like full name or whatever. And so there was some line of dialogue as far as like his race, they don't believe in gender. They've evolved past that. It's just like, I don't know, a little weird. Oh man, this last episode I was like, they have Lagoon Boy in like a polyamory couple with like a pregnant lady and then another dude, and they're like the three of them are in a relationship, and it's just like, I don't know. Again, like I get as far as like trying to normalize everything, but it just comes off as like really like out of nowhere, like out of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but to me it just feels like just really, I don't know, ham-fisted. Yeah, I guess is the word. Just like really, really beating you over the head with it.
Yeah, I've been used to Young Justice being like that since the beginning. I mean, the whole thing with fucking Aqualad and Tula and the guys that he's been with. Like, I've been really used to that, but there's a lot of strange decisions made with the show. Like I said, Mars was unbearable to watch sometimes. Like, it was just really bad.
It was kind of like I mean, I guess some people find it interesting, but like the politics of Phantom Menace, which is not what anyone's going to see like Star Wars for.
Yeah,
is
like,
the
I don't
politics,
know what the fuck a viceroy is. Like, please do not, like, delve so much into the politics. But I know what you mean. Yeah, I never noticed it, but yeah, I guess so.
I'm still watching it, but I'm just like, like it. I just don't care. I guess like I want to get back to like them going on like these secret missions, and I feel like they've dug a little bit more into like character development, which works for like an episode or two, but not for like all of it. I don't know, man. I gotta like really enjoy, or I gotta really like take it all in and then make a judgment. But as I'm watching it, just like moment to moment, I'm like, what bearing does this have on the overall story other than just like, trying to inject these modern issues into the superhero genre? Which, isn't, as I'm saying it, I'm just like, yeah, I guess that is kind of what like superhero shows do anyway. I don't know, man. I'm a little conflicted about it. I think that overall what it is.
I really loved before it went on hiatus, when they were doing the whole magic thing. I feel like both DC and Marvel don't do enough with their magic related characters. That was dope.
Well,
yeah, I liked it when they were developing, Zatanna and her becoming kind of the Dr. Fate and all that stuff. Like, all that stuff works a little bit better for me, but as far as like, I don't know, some of the other stuff is just a little, I don't know, out of left field.
I was about to ask, like, does it feel like it's incorporated naturally? Does it just feel like it's out of nowhere, and it kind of feels like it feels disingenuous and it's pandering to that demographic?
It's pandering. That's what it feels like, for sure. That was the other word I was telling my Rube, or the other word that he came up to kind of summarize my feelings about it. It does feel a little pandery, for sure.
True.
Fat
Man says with $2. Thank you so much, man. He says, only good thing of the newest season was Etrigan. Is that how you say it?
Please, more Etrigan.
Is that in season 3 or kind of first half of season 4?
We seen him in the magical part of right before they went on hiatus this season.
Yeah, okay.
Love Etrigan, so more of that, please.
I love Etrigan too. I literally forget this guy's name, Etrigan, every single time.
The demon
the demon Etrigan, Demons 3, those guys are fucking dope too.
Hell yeah. Anyway, pickups.
Pickups, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I went on a tangent there myself.
It's all right.
I have nothing, so you'll skip me. Except for that horse I bought that hasn't arrived yet. And my Spider-Man
I
2099.
got just a couple things that I want to showcase this coming week. I actually have the Mondo Wolverine that Brandon sent to me that I'm going to review. Nice. So I'm going to check that out. I also got a couple of custom head sculpts from Spider-Man 1974, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of like a care package through Diego that I'm going to take a look at as well. A black black suited Spider-Man head sculpt and a classic Spider-Man head sculpt, as well as some of those like bullet flare effects that a lot of people been utilizing recently. and yeah, all of this other McFarlane stuff that I might be taking a look at as well. But I think that was it for this past week. Yeah.
What you, Rick?
Well, I went to the toy show. I said earlier I didn't really spend much, but finally got the head sculpt for Man Thing. I never
Nice.
had it. I forget who it comes with, but I never wanted that figure. The head, so I got that, and I finally finished that. I got a fucking brand new unboxed Tobey Maguire, shooting at his bookshelf figure. I forget the fucking name of that one. What comes with a backpack, comes with a bookshelf, and like
So
Yes,
fair.
yes. Oh wow, how much you paid for that?
$10.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I bought a fucking Buffy, and it was so funny because this guy's table said everything for $15, and so I went up to the guy and I was like, 15, right? And he's like, yep. I was like, well, I got 20. I give him the 20. He gives me my change, and then I walk away. Then I'm at the next booth, and I'm like, what the fuck? This idiot only took $5 and gave me back 15.
Oh no.
I was like, fuck, should I go back? And it was like on the other side of this convention center. I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm keeping the 15. And so I got that Buffy for like $5.
Jesus.
What else did I buy? I have an Ami order, but it's not here yet, so I'm not even fucking counting that. But oh yeah, I found all those Mega Man figures. That was crazy.
Yeah, you lucky bastard.
Well, I wish I would have bought them all. When I went back, they were all gone, but I should have just bought them all.
Damn.
I just thought to myself, like, Pancho doesn't want these.
Why would you
The
think
only
that?
ones just thought you'd have them. I thought you'd have them.
No, I don't have much Battle Network stuff, especially not those figures.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he doesn't need this shit. And like, especially when I waited like 20, 30 minutes and I was like, he didn't respond. He must
Oh
already
yeah,
have
that's
these.
true. I forgot what I was doing. I was kicking myself after, but during I don't remember what I was doing.
You were probably thinking about Morbius.
Probably, yeah.
I bought the villains. I bought the Bass. I bought Homie that looks like a fucking knight. And fuck, I forget what the third guy was. I really wanted Gutsman because that's the one villain I had from that show when I was a
Hell
kid,
yeah.
but it literally had every single fucking figure from that line except for the one figure that I wanted, which was Gutsman. Like a removable like hammer hand of some sort. So like vividly remember having that as a kid, but they just they did not have it. I really regret not buying the rest of those. I bought the Magnet Man and Windblade. That's his fucking name, Windblade, the night-looking cat. So that was a dope little find. That was right after the toy show. We went to this random Goodwill for shits and giggles, and I was like, oh shit.
Hell yeah.
Last thing that I would say about Young Justice, not about anything,
We're still...
because I was reminded in the chat. It really seems like the budget has gone down overall for the animation because there's a lot of frames that are just like stills with voiceover on top of it. Not necessarily like the end credit stuff because like I get that, but there's a lot of like I think in this last episode when Calder and a few other people are doing like a secret mission thing, they're like doing like the Ocean's 11 style voiceover of the plan while it's in progress type of thing. But it's not like you're seeing the plan animated. It's like a still frame of like the distraction or whatever. And then it pans over to a still frame of them like moving into action. Like it's not actually all animated. It's one single still frame that they just kind of like pan over. I don't know. It's really weird. Maybe I'm wrong about that too. Cap Lives, you seem to have more insight on this show. So yeah. I mean, I'll watch it, but these are just the things that I notice.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I hated or just didn't like was, man, I just really wanted to get out of Mars.
That did
like
go
that
on a little
whole-
long, but I'm glad that it like. You know what I really want to see is the Legion of Superheroes stuff because they have like the
it's been
characters in
teased
the
so
Legion
much.
of Superheroes coming back in time to do something, and like it's hardly developed in favor of what are intended to be, I guess, character development moments like for individual characters, but they come off as like very like token, like their character development is that they are in a polyamory relationship, or their character development is that they are this. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I kind of
As
thought
far
that
as like
they
the storytelling of it, I don't think it's done right. I think it is very like just is. I don't know.
I always thought that their point of coming back was to save Connor, but that didn't really happen.
Yeah, it is kind of picking up. Connor still is having a storyline, even though something happened to him.
He looks like he's like in the same zone as the Spectre.
Yeah, he's in like a Phantom Zone kind of thing.
Yeah.
The Phantoms.
Anyway, all right, that is all. I'm only saying it because I just watched it last night because it had came back earlier this week, and
I
I'm
gotta
like,
watch that. I'll watch it literally right after we finish the show. Pancho,
Yeah.
what'd you pick up?
I'm gonna check out some episodes too. Actually,
Hell yeah.
hey, what you got?
I want to give a big shout out to Justin Sherrill, a longtime member of the community. You know Justin, right, Bug?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
He's never heard of him.
You know him too, Rick. That's right. Funny enough, Justin and I are from the same hometown, and I literally did not know he was part of A.C.B.A. until like 3 years into the community. It's fucking crazy.
Well, he actually had taken a pretty long hiatus up until maybe like, I don't know, a year ago, maybe, if that.
Yes. Yeah, he did take a very long break, but glad to see he's doing well, and all that stuff. Best of luck to him and everything he's doing now outside of toys. But I want to give a huge shout out to him because he sold me those, you know that armored Batman and Superman figure that came out from McFarlane maybe about 2 years ago?
Yikes, I guess.
It's like the Hellbat, and then I don't know what the Superman is called. Sorry, somewhere out there.
Oh, okay, yeah, those are actually cool. Those are the super big armored ones
right now.
That Hellbat was in a lot of great pictures when it dropped. Yeah.
Yes. So I remember those were when I was working full time at GameStop. I saw those come in, and I just kept on thinking to myself, like, man, these look really sick. Like, I definitely want these, but I'll just wait until like a sale comes along or whatever. Of course, I wait too long, and like somebody buys them, and then now they're like more than retail. So I want to give a huge shout out to him. He gave them to me for a great price, and they came super fast. They were shipped. They were packaged really well. I'm talking like mad like shopping bags around him and stuff. I was like, Justin, these are just fucking McFarlane figures, dog. Like, you don't need to pack them like they're Fabergé eggs or whatever. I don't care. It's no big deal.
You're talking about Mama's Good China.
So he sent me those. Very appreciative. I also got. I got my 1000 Toys Sentinel like synth robot woman thing. I don't know what they're called.
Synthetic human.
Synthetic human. I got the female synthetic human. I haven't opened it yet, but in the same package, I got the Where's Waldo figure. Completely forgot I pre-ordered that. And then on top of that, completely forgot that I pre-ordered the deluxe version. The box is huge, comes with a bunch of shit, and his leg broke immediately out of the package. It was great.
Ah, no.
No fucking way. Like real break or like popped out?
So like it popped out, and then I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I looked at the socket. It has this weird hinge type deal where it's molded plastic, but it has like a metal bar in it for stability, and the metal bar had caused it to crack. And then every single time I moved it, just more and more pieces started falling out. Luckily, the hole that it's in, it has the joint has a lip around it, around like the peg. So it'll still pop in and out of the joint, and I can get them to stand, but you know, the actual articulation scheme is broken and cracked. I want to give a big shout out to Andrew Yen, who runs Toyco on Facebook. That's like the independent seller I go to all the time. He hooked me up with like Bluefin's like replacement program or whatever. He walked me through like the entire thing. He sent me an invoice just so I could have a receipt to provide them with it. So Above and Beyond, man, that guy really rules. Andrew Yan, Toyko, check him out, dude, the best. So I'll get a
Toyko's great.
replacement for that super soon. Again, like he still stands and whatever. The figure itself is pretty all right. Like it's a Where's Waldo figure. Like what are you gonna do? I'm kind of pressed he doesn't have. This is the most ludicrous sentence I've probably ever said on the podcast. I'm kind of pressed that this Where's Waldo import figure doesn't have ab articulation. But whatever. I'll get over it.
Doesn't have ab articulation? That sucks.
Yeah, it's the worst. And then last but not least, I got Black Suit Superman. Figure slaps. It's really good. The Mofex Black Suit Superman recovery suit.
Oh, yeah. I seen your pictures of it. They're pretty good.
That figure I don't know. They don't look appealing to me.
Interesting. That's wild.
Yeah.
You're smoking crack.
I don't know how
this
that's
is crazy.
possible.
These figures are great.
That fucking that Huntress looks like it's gonna be fucking incredible. If it's anything like the Catwoman, it's gonna be female figure of the year probably.
It's not like I don't know what it is, but like the simpler and more simplistic like these Mofex figures get, the more I like really dig them. Like the design doesn't have to be super nuts. I think that's why I like the Spider-Man so much, especially the Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Venom is really nice, and then the armored Batman that just came out, that came with the Carrie Kelly, very simple design, just like the silhouette and everything. He's just like a bunch of tubes and cylinders, dude. I don't know what to say, but like it's just nice. It's like a very nice one.
Yeah, and you got Dodoria too.
Oh no, that Dodoria is like an old ass picture.
Oh, is?
Yeah, so I've had Dodoria for a while. I just didn't post any pictures of him. And then I picked up a second Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Sorry, what were you saying?
Is there a paint chip on your Dodoria?
Uh-oh. Is there?
I seen the picture of you posing it up like on the white piping on the abdomen. I saw like a black dot. I was like, what is that?
Oh no. I'm looking at it right now too. I don't see the same thing you're seeing.
I feel like this is a big George Costanza moment where they're like, yeah, you have a discoloration on the top of your lip. He's like, what are you talking about? Discoloration on my lip.
Rick, that's just those floaters in your eye, Rick. Come on.
But yeah, that's it for me. I opened up my Sentinel Peter B. Figure is crazy.
Really nice, right?
It's really nice.
Yeah.
How ridiculously light is that fucking the gargoyle, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right.
The one thing I don't like about the gargoyle is like, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Can you push out that, like, it looks like it's cut to have like a
wall mount?
Yeah, like you can hang it on like a thumbtack or something, or like a screw. Does that pop out, or is that just the way it's molded?
Not. It seems like you can drill it out yourself.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm not gonna do that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk that shit. It seems like if you put a drill in that shit, the whole shit will just collapse or deflate or some shit. I don't know.
It's a real balloon. It's a real birthday balloon situation.
Right. I got some tools at work that I could drill it out with. I just wasn't sure if like I was just doing it wrong or whatever. If I'm just an idiot, I don't know.
Yeah, I had opened up the Mofex Peter B for the first time on my birthday actually, and I was just like, damn, this is like actually shitting on the Mofex version. Like,
yeah, it's the crunch that like just how far you can like get him to like squat, and like the way his like calves like fit into his like the backside of his thigh.
Yeah,
you can get like a really deep like squat.
Yeah, that very Spider-Man-esque sort of squatting. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, the Mofex Peter B is still a very nice figure, but just the texturing and the feel and the articulation of the Sentinel, it seems superior. It seems it's what an import should be if you're going to be paying import prices, in my opinion. Like it's kind of it's what I would expect Mofex to be for that $100, that you paying for a Mofex or whatever. But whatever. I won't I go hard at the Mafex lovers out there, whatever. But yeah, I think Sentinel's shitting on the Mafex right now.
Absolutely. Sentinel always kills it, no matter what they do. I will never falter from that stance at all.
I'm kind of sad though about this upcoming Penny Parker and this Static Spider-Bot and shit, because they really could have like showed out and like really done something really.
You mean the other way around?
Yes, the other way
Static.
around.
She's Static. I'm sorry. The Spider-Bot is fully articulated, right? Penny is Static, but even the Spider-Bot's a little on the small side, though, right?
Yeah,
I think we determined that like he's on model. It's just like the way the movie is shot. It shoots him to make him look taller, but it's the right size. At least by character art and like art sheets and stuff. It's on model.
Okay. All right. Anything else we need to touch on?
Did I mention? I saw this movie maybe last week or something, but I don't think I mentioned it. The Power of the Dog. It was nominated for an Oscar.
Whoa.
Probably the only one I
Terrible,
saw
was
that
it?
was nominated.
Is it
Quite
terrible?
good. It's a Western. Pretty good.
Terrible. Huh?
You didn't like it?
I'm just lying. I've never seen it. I never even heard of it.
It's Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons, and it's a.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one with
it was
with
really
Benedict and Clemens.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. If there's another non-superhero thing I'll recommend, that would be it.
A shout out to I can't remember her name. Never mind. I won't say it.
Actually, I found out through this movie that Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst are married.
Yeah, they are. What the fuck is the name of that terrible female comedian that steals jokes?
Oh, Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer straight up disrespected Kirsten Dunst like crazy at the Oscars. What a fucking bitch.
What'd she say?
Was that before or after she stole that joke?
You son of a gun. She was like she was like introducing something and they gave her the mic and she was like, she want to let everybody in at home in on a little secret. When you see us at home, sometimes it's not your favorite star sitting there. Sometimes it's a random person that we pay to fill up a seat while the person is doing coke in the bathroom or eating a snack. And then it cuts to Kirsten Dunst's table with Jesse Plemons. She's like, "Excuse me, sweetie, but I need your chair." And she makes Kirsten Dunst stand up and she's like, "Yeah, that was a seat filler and this is my seat." And she like keeps going on with the joke and makes Kirsten Dunst stand there. She's making that terribly unfunny joke. Like,
yikes.
it's really awkward and weird.
Very much yikes.
You're talking about the star of Jumanji, baby. What are you talking about?
Like they definitely did not know that joke was going to happen. She just picked, like, oh, this couple. It was really awkward. I was like, God, Amy Schumer, nobody likes you. Shut up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's pretty bad. But they get married in this movie too, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh, a double marriage?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a good movie.
One?
So it's a non-Rudy Tooty Shooty type of Western. It was really good.
Speaking of getting married, he'd probably make a good Carnage. I mean, he's a little chunky, but
now, yeah, but when
he's
he
got
was
the
hot
chops.
on Breaking Bad, that would have been good.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right, that's it. Sorry, I had to mention that movie because I really did like it.
Before we go, Bo Biggs hit us with $5 saying Rick didn't pick up those figures because Poncho didn't buy the Bojangles in that dream. Very true.
Exactly.
I can see.
You think I'm gonna stick around more than 30 minutes at a thrift store for a guy who wouldn't even take me to Bojangles?
In a dream, in a
dream,
in a product of his own mind.
He just closed the door on me and was like, "Next time, tell me ahead of time." And I was just like, "Okay."
And apparently, the Kirsten Dunst joke was scripted. They were all in on it.
Was
Kirsten had posted something on social media about it. So thank you, 8-Bit. And
okay, cool.
She's just an incredible actress then, because she looked like really thrown off.
Yeah, she's great in the movie too.
You know what? I stand corrected, but Amy Schumer still sucks.
Yeah, well, she did steal that one joke about
that one.
Everything?
Well, yeah,
she stole everything.
Yeah, the one that people were coming down on her at the Oscars was the whole like, I'm so I love Leo DiCaprio. He's so adamant about climate change because he wants to make sure that there's a world left to give his girlfriends.
Oh my god, that's like such a huge
Twitter
meme.
joke.
I was about to say that's like such a big Twitter meme.
Right. All right. Cool. That's it. Power of the Dog. Check it out.
All right, pretty good show, fellas. All right,
Yeah.
thank you to everybody who donated and sent in any super chats. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us, for watching. We definitely appreciate you all. Just a friendly reminder that A.C.B.A. cutouts, locations, and communications are shipping. And I think, I'm not 100% sure on this, but hopefully tomorrow the House of X, Powers of X set will go live. Kind of wanted everything to be shipped and received as far as locations, communications before the other order goes up. So I don't know. Play it by ear. Check the keep an eye on the A.C.B.A. Instagram and the A.C.B.A. fan page for a heads up on that. And like I mentioned, flight stands should be next week as well. A drop for flight stands. But yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. As always, rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell down there. And until next time. Peace.
Goodbye.